The field is set for the 2026 UPSL Women National Championship. 8 teams from across the country will compete at Great Park in Irvine, California. 8 teams, 1 champion. Are you ready?
Of Orange County, live from Irvine from the Championship Soccer Stadium. We have the UPSL Women's National Championship, and the game will be featuring Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions. I'm Francisco Estrevera, joined by our sideline reporter Alexis Nicol, and former FIFA World Cup champion, here's the one and only Saskia Weber. Great to be with you. And Saskia, first of all, it's time to keep on growing the women's game, and what a great opportunity here with the United Premier Soccer League.
Yeah, and it's so important, the grassroots of this, to give a platform for up-and-coming pros, for pros that are coming back into the game, and to show and just give them a chance either to go on with their professional career or win a championship like today.
Now, Alexis, you've been here. It's been a great weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 games for each team. What has surprised you the most? What are the highlights of this weekend here?
Absolutely. I mean, all teams, all 8 of them have been showing up and showing out. It's been incredible to see these girls out on the field with the heat and all the factors and travel. They've done really, really well. And yesterday, in obviously tournament fashion, that was dramatic. It had to go into penalties for Miami Grove to make it here to the finals. So it's going to be a great turnout, and I'm excited to see the matchup.
And actually, when you look at Miami Grove FC, you can say they're the favorites. They have some pro players. They have Liga MX players, World Cup players, etc. Saskia, you and I were talking about this, and you said there was not a platform like this one before when you were playing. How special is this to be able to share this with some of your colleagues, your peers, and former players?
It's amazing. There was no pro platform at all, so you had to go overseas to play. I went to Japan to play pro. My friends, teammates went over to Sweden. But to have this and to know that I could have come out of college and played pro here in the United States. And about today's game, you know what? When it comes down to a championship, it's anybody's game.
Now, Alexis, you followed all the teams, and you said that Scorpions has surprised you. Why was that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they were a bit of the underdogs heading into the tournament, but they got the bid to be able to be here, and they've proved themselves since, and it's just been amazing to see them grow throughout the tournament.
All right, can't wait. The UPSL Women's National Championships coming up. Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions heading into the final. They're looking for the grand prize as well, $15,000 for the winner. So let's check it out, coming up right next year from Irvine, California.
The field is set for the 2026 UPSL Women National Championship. 8 teams from across the country will compete at Great Park in Irvine, California. 8 teams, 1 champion. Are you ready?
Let's go, Mo! Let's go, Mo!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we have those who are able to please rise and please put their caps as they are the United States of America and those who touch and serve our great country at home and around the world, playing of our national anthem.
Hey, I got a steady cam, man. I'll bring my steady cam for you to try out.
You got the shot you want? You can get it?
Yeah.
Is it better?
He yells at me if I change shots.
No, you probably did something. Or didn't do something.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to enjoy the season's contest. You're referee Karen Kayama. The assistant referees are Viviana Diaz.
All right, welcome back to Championship Soccer Stadium here in Irvine, in the heart of Orange County. I am Francisco X. Rivera, so glad that you can join us, joined by Saskia Weber, former FIFA World Cup player, champion back in 1999, and we were talking about growing the game, talking about new opportunities for these players, and can't wait to see what Miami Grove FC and their rivals FC Scorpions can do here in the pitch.
Yeah, you know, and it's just these kind of platforms to, like I was saying, when you come out of college, to be able to have a place to land and develop your skills if you don't automatically make it into the NWSL or into Liga MX or into the Northern Pro League or into Europe. You know, just having so many options right now is really incredible, and it's a great time for soccer here in the United States.
Yeah, we'll talk about the roster for both sides, especially Miami Grove FC, Barbara Murillo, who played for Puebla in the Liga MX. She's the captain on the Honduras national team. We have Karina Bermudez, who's played professionally in 5 different countries. So a stacked roster for this Miami Grove side. Here's a lineup for Miami. Who stands out for you here?
I think we have to look at the target 9 in Tessa Abreu for Miami up top. She's got 3 goals on the season, but she's got good pace. She's going to be able to get in behind on direct balls, so look for herself to be a target.
Manuel Arias is the head coach for Miami Grove FC. And now let's take a look at the lineup for FC Scorpions, led by head coach Pat Rossi. Jessica Nares could be a target. Number 7 there, captain for Santa Monica College, not too far from here, and also Downey High School. This team, FC Scorpions, is based in Linwood, California. For those of you familiar with the Southern California, right around the 105 and the 605 freeway.
Yeah, I think for Scorpion FC, watch for Salazar at the 10 spot. She's going to be the playmaker in the middle. Scorpion's going to look to find her, let her filter the ball, dictate when to break lines, go through the seams, or go direct.
Alrighty, so then again, Miami Grove FC won 2 and drew 1 in this championship weekend. They were able to beat in penalty kicks the 3rd place of this tournament, Simply Football FC. Here's some information about Miami Grove FC. Barbara Murillo, the Honduran, is the captain. Their owner and coach is Manuel Arias. We were talking about travel. I mean, it was not too bad for most of the teams. However, for them, it might be a factor.
Yeah, you know, but like I said, when you're going to go play into a championship, you don't worry about travel, and travel's kind of part of the experience and the fun. And one of the things I miss the most about playing for the U.S. team is the travel, is going overseas, going across country, going to new locations. So I think that that's not a factor here for Miami.
Okay, talking about FC Scorpions, located in Linwood, then again, not too far from downtown LA. Their owner is Carlos Barragan. Their coach is Patrick Rossi. And Jessica Nares, we talked about her. She's the most interesting player, one of them to watch here in this matchup. Scorpions won all 3 games against Sacramento United, Athletic FC Wolves Women, and Central Park Rangers, so they come undefeated. It was a tough weekend then again because they played Friday and a doubleheader yesterday, so those legs have to be tired somehow.
Absolutely, and with the heat and the humidity that it has been, I think you're going to see a little bit of a slower game today. Let the ball do the work. Don't want to chase, and you don't want to play make too much because you're going to tire out. You know, I think it is a home field advantage. You know, if we look down at the crowd, you're going to see a lot of Scorpion fans here because they are local.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not too far from Linwood. I'm thinking you take the 605 to the 5 and you get here, well, with or without traffic, should we?
Well, look, it took me almost 2 hours to get here from the valley, so
okay.
I don't know.
It took me 45. I landed in LAX this morning. It took me about 45 minutes. It wasn't that bad. But then again, it's always...
And you're going back to Calabasas.
Exactly.
So,
Both of us are going towards the valley, you know.
We'll see how it goes later.
Exactly. We'll be fine. We'll kill some time here.
You know, the flight from Miami was probably shorter.
that could be it. Very well weird. But once again, we were talking about the humidity, and we're very close to Laguna Beach, to Newport Beach. We're not so used to this humidity here.
Yeah, usually, you know, I know it's a joke and stuff, but usually it is a dry heat. We're inland from the beaches and stuff. We're kind of like at the cusp of the desert, I guess that's if you want to call it. So usually this humidity is very rare for California. It's more like a Florida or like a Georgia heat and humidity, and it takes some getting used to be honest.
How do you handle this as a player?
As a player, hydrate, and you have to be honest with yourself. But like I said, let the ball do the work. You know, 1-2 touch, change the point. Don't dribble into spaces unless it's on. Use those moments to be efficient and effective. Don't overdo it.
Okay, so that's coming from a pro, former world champion, Saskia Weber. Also, you do a lot of work with women's soccer, not only commentating, but you're part owner, part investor of Angel City. So you've seen the growth, and we were talking about the full circle. Since that time in 1991 when the women's won the championship, when you won the championship in 99, it's been quite a journey.
It's just an explosion of soccer here in the United States on both the men's and the women's side. And obviously just women's sports in general across the board is growing huge. And yes, somebody has to keep me updated because Angel City is playing against Louisville at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I got to see if they stay on their run. But we are here now today to call this championship.
Let's do it. Miami Grove FC facing FC Scorpions, and again Miami with a cross-country trip, and then the Linwood side FC Scorpions with just a short drive in the freeway. Let's see if that plays a factor here today. A few pro players in the Miami side, the Linwood squad with mostly college and recent graduates on their squad.
You know, but the truth is with the ex-pro players, it's interesting to see what has the most effect. Like, how long have you been out of the pro league? How long has it been since you played your last game? College players could have just graduated. Did they just play this spring, their last college game? So are they more fresh? We have to see.
Okay, so the United Premier Soccer League, one of the largest semi-pro leagues in all of the United States. This is a great weekend that started Friday. One game for each squad, then a doubleheader yesterday. So obviously, legs will be tired. That could be a factor. Then again, 4 games in 3 days. That's quite a lot. But
yeah, we talked about that. I haven't done that since I was like 15, and in between you went and ate McDonald's. Like, you were like invincible. You were a robot. You know, you were like, whatever, I can play 4 games in a day, eat McDonald's and not sleep afterwards and play with my friends.
Yeah. But once again, everyone wants to go for it here. There's also pride. There's a moral victory, but at the same time, it's a grand prize of $15,000 to help your program if you're able to get the top spot here in Irvine. And all female crew with the referees here tonight as we get ready, and here we go. It's time to crown a champion here in the United Premier Soccer League, the 2nd edition of the Women's National Championship here in Irvine. And we're ready to go here with Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions. Scorpions on the yellow, Miami in the blue, white, and black. Working alongside FIFA World Champion Saskia Weber. I am Francisco X. Rivera. So glad that you can join us. And Saskia, from the get-go, what are you expecting here tonight?
I think both teams were watching right now. Scorpions just kind of suss out Miami, see where the seams are. But that is what I was talking about not holding the ball too long here. Just you've got to let the ball do the movement for you, give and go. I think that Scorpions will look to find Salazar in the middle when she's on, when she's floating in there. And then we'll watch Miami Grove on the build. I think they're going to keep the width tonight, and then when they can bounce up and run the flanks and do an overload on the sides, they will, and we'll see them attack from those flanks.
Here's Karina Bermudez, a player to watch. Miami resident, born in Colombia. Has played professionally in 5 different countries, with Spain being the last one. Quick touch to the right side. Here's Mendez, pushing it through to number 69. Here's Marian Hernandez, well defended there. In the back by Queen Ansley. The goalie is Sora Standifer. They try to play it on the ground. And the first foul of the match here.
Just a short ball in here, 50-50, but the shove in from behind by Salazar. Sorry, by Olivieri gets the foul.
So once again, an all-female referee crew here tonight. We have Karen Callado, assisted by Viviana Diaz, Kelly Torres, and Sara Samir. Building from the back, here's FC Scorpions, switching out to the left side with Ansley. Hernandez there with a tackle, a harsh one.
And just following through with a little bit of the hip check there is where the call comes from.
And then again, Miami Grove FC with several players with a vast resume. And it seems that Scorpions is not impressed or intimidated. And once again, here's Ansley staying active here on the left side. Hernandez with the block. Scorpions try to play it on the left side. Here's Natis, a player to follow here. Former captain of Santa Monica College and Downey High School here in Southern California.
And anytime Scorpion gets the ball in the attacking third and is coming forward, Ana Gomez Villa is man-to-man basically on Salazar. So we got to keep an eye on that matchup in the center of the pitch.
Here's Nina Fernandez. And I know as a former goalie, you're already following Fernandez and Standifer.
I am, and if it's anything like the game before us, there were some great saves in that game and some lucky posts, let's say. We'll see what happens tonight.
Mendez, good pressure there by Natis, the captain. Showing a feisty personality there. And something that I've liked also, the players not only have their last name, but they can also have their nicknames, and they're having fun with it. We had Quesadilla Williams in our last match for Simply Football. Now, Jessica Natis, the captain, number 7, has Bella, or Bella, beautiful, in the back of her jersey.
So should I call her Bella then?
We could go
right.
Naris, Bella, Bella.
Wait, number 7?
Yeah, that's the captain, Natis, Jessica Natis.
All right.
And now Fernandez has it, trying to build from the back. Here's Barbara Murillo, captain on the Honduras national team. She played for Puebla, for Los Camoteros in Liga MX. Miami taking a risk there. And look at Murillo with that sweet touch from Franco. Here's Blaya. Trying to withstand the pressure. And that long pass looking for Mariana Hernandez ends in the feet of Sora Standifer.
And it was good movement by Miami to get out of that 3 pressure situation on that far side, but just a little bit too much on that service in behind the D.
This one's taken away from Salazar, number 10, for FC Scorpions. Mendez. Miami insistent on that right side. Ball in the back of the shirt. Play on, says the referee.
Wow, right in front of the referee.
Yeah. And Blaya switches out to the left side.
Salazar got away with one right there.
And Scorpions is able to take it back. It's been a feisty start so far, the first 5 minutes here between Scorpions and Miami Grove FC. Gomez Villa.
And that's the matchup to keep an eye on that I was talking about. They're both marking each other up when either team has the ball.
Hernandez now inside the box. Posting up. That was an offside position call here against Marian Hernandez.
And there's that tug on the shirt right in front of the referee. Play on. Maybe she thought that, it was possession there. And if I was Miami, I'd rather have the call in that position.
Let's go. It's all ball. We're going to play some football here. As the team that we had, which I thought was an amazing name in our prelim match, Simply Football, who beat...
You love that name because it was just Simply
great.
Football.
That's right. They beat Sacramento United 2-0 in our prelim match. They won the 3rd spot in this tournament. And now time to see who gets the #1 spot in the $15,000 grand prize. Murillo with a clear. All the way into the possession of Liberty Ortiz.
Simply Football is a good example of just the pathway and some players, and like the players out here that you quite possibly in the future will see playing pro in some of the first division leagues around the world. And I think the Tough sisters, when you look at that, especially Taylor Tough, most goals in the league in this league with 18. Golden Boot at TST for Simply, and we're not going to bring it up again for Simply Football against the U.S. women. Won in the semifinals. I'll say that really quick and suck it up because I was one of the coaches. But I think it's a really good identification of some players that we'll see in the future.
We're here with the United Premier Soccer League, one of the largest or most competitive soccer leagues in America. Hundreds of teams trying to get into this stage. And it's Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions fighting for the top spot here. The 2nd edition of this championship weekend. Last year it was actually held in Kansas City in a great facility that holds the NWSL team. And now we get back to Irvine, who you mentioned, a pretty impressive facility as well, where the U.S. national team got to train during the World Cup.
Yes, and I did just find out that was a giant orange. It's okay. I'm going to take my lickings about that when I get home, but because it's Orange County. But yeah, it is a great facility, and we see more and more of these facilities popping up. And the one in Kansas City is the first female-specific soccer stadium. Is absolutely gorgeous, and they're going to expand it. And now we see Denver's building one, and more training facilities specifically for women are popping up. It's just... to be a player now.
Yeah. Yeah, we've come a long way from that World Championship in '91 for the women's, for that men's participation in Italia 90 in 1990.
And this is a perfect example because after I graduated college, there were no options. Now look at all the options, and, we're looking at it right here, and some great players and a great championship, and I didn't have that.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate as well as broadcasters. You, after retiring, get to do the NWSL. I get to do Liga MX every weekend as well on the women's side, and we've seen the big journey and all the great path that these players, the female players, have had to, go through in North America to get us to a higher level.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just the NWSL. Like you said, Liga MX, look how well that's doing and the players they're producing. Then you have the Northern Super League up in Canada and WSL. There weren't any options. Like I said, to be a player now, it must be incredible.
Here's Scorpions now with Kunda sending the cross in, and a weak shot right there. That was just missed. I don't think Kunda was expecting it. She was right on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that was an easy save for Nina Fernandez.
Yeah, and it's a good ball in, and whether she got thrown off by the defender there, she just gets none of the ball, and you definitely want one of those back as a striker. You need to get a little bit better contact on that to at least make the goalkeeper have to make a save.
Here's Mendes. Nice quick touch there. Intercepted here by Natis. And coming from the back is Young. Building up, good pass there into space. And a good chance here for Kunde. She gets past the defender. And unfortunately for her, there was an offside position that came late. Late call there from the assistant referee.
I actually have insight for you, but I think Bella on the back of their jersey is actually a sponsor.
It's a sponsor.
Because everybody's got Bella.
Okay, then where's the last name?
So unless everybody's nickname is Bella, I just looked at that. I was like, wait,
no, you're absolutely right.
She's Bella. She's Bella. She's Bella.
You know what throws me off with the women's game as well? A lot of long hair, right? And a lot of them are covering, as you see, they're covering the name.
Hey, there's some long
the
hair
space
in
where it's
men's
supposed to be,
soccer,
have
too.
the name. Okay. Thanks for the pointer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, because I was just about to call her Bella, and I'm like, wait, that's not her.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Jessica Nares, number 7. And talking about sponsors, I want to give a shout out to our match ball sponsor today, Voit. I grew up playing with Voit in Mexico in the early 90s, late 80s, and that was just a great ball to hit back in the day. That same ball that's being played here today will be played in Liga MX next tournament.
Oh, that's great.
Now this one open on the left side. And into the possession of Ortiz. We're past the 10-minute mark here, and it's been FC Scorpions staying busy here past midfield. Just as I say that, Murillo intercepts for Miami. They have 3 players on the right side. Here's Giovanna Oliveira poking it through. No go there as she could not connect with Hernandez.
Yeah, and just on the wrong page were these 2 players. Oliveira sent that ball through thinking Hernandez was going to kind of roll off and run in towards the keeper, and she didn't. She kept going wide, so they could not connect.
Here's Miami. Going into the attacking third. Nice touch there from Hernandez. Here's Oliveira, the Brazilian player. Steps on the ball, tries to go back to Hernandez. She hits it there from the edge of the box. That one's blocked. And Oliveira battles for it. It's a 2-on-1 attempt. Good move there from Scorpions. And a good chance there to go forward. He was the captain, Nares. Mendez gets the best out of that play. And now switching out to the left side was Gomez Villa. Franco. Harsh tackle there. That's a foul in the attacking third there for Miami Grove FC.
Yeah, and just ushering this ball out, getting none of the ball there after the touch by Franco, getting taken down. So now we'll see the free kick. And then here's that break in on goal with Oliveira just getting off balance, trying to keep it alive. But Scorpions did a good job there of just getting numbers in and around the ball, flooding the zone, so Miami Grove FC had no place to go once they were in that corner of the box.
Could be a dangerous set piece here for Miami. 9 players joining the attack now. Taking close to the penalty spot. The jump there, no one to hit it. Oliveira swings and misses. And that's an opportunity that goes away for Miami Grove FC.
And this is a good service into the mix. Things happen when you put a ball there, but Oliveira's got to make some contact on this ball. She's going to want this back. Just swings and misses it. Doesn't even get a piece. Missed opportunity for Miami.
So we've had one wasted opportunity for each team so far. Now Scorpions there under pressure. Rubidoux had to go back. Switching to the right side now. Cervantes tries to push it through onto the right side. Good chance here for Scorpions. Into the edge of the area. The cross there and right into the hands of Hernandez.
This is such a nice through ball. Right before that, the service in. If only she could have pulled this out. No trailing runners. The Scorpion into the top of the box. So really had no other place to put that, but right into the hands of Miami's keeper.
Here's Young. Finding Ansley. Ansley once again. And that one, unfortunately, out of bounds there for FC Scorpions. We've reached a 15-minute mark so far here in Irvine, California. This is the final of the Women's National Championship in the United Premier Soccer League. Capping a great weekend of football, great weekend of soccer here in Southern California. In the heart of Orange County, to be exact.
I mean, it's just been a great month of soccer. 2 months.
Did I not mention something? Was there something I missed?
No, I did that little thing called the World Cup, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, when the World Cup ended, I didn't know what to do with myself. There was so much soccer every day.
You know, for me, luckily, I got to do a game during the World Cup on Friday night, last Friday, LAFC and the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
That was right before the third place match and the final, so a little something there to crave for me.
Yeah, no, I've been able to call since the NWSL's been back. I've been doing that every
Nice.
weekend.
Here's the touch, close to the penalty spot. Poke there into the area. Miami's asking for a handball. Giovanna with a turnaround shot, which was blocked right on the edge of the box. And a good opportunity here on the counterattack for FC Scorpions. Nice first touch for Kunde. But a good return there. Good transition defensively for Miami. Naris. No connection there. Trying to find Terry open.
Yeah, and Kunde with that break and pulling up on it. She had 2 other Scorpions crashing down the middle of the field. I would have kept going into the box if she had the momentum forward. Instead, she pulled the ball back, held up, and waited for the rest of her team to catch up. Unfortunately, that allowed Miami to get back into position and steal the ball.
Here's Nina Fernandez, who's playing goalie for Miami Grove FC. They have a very experienced goalie in the bench, someone we were expecting to see. Carly Theus, who was part of the Haiti World Cup team back in 2023.
Yeah, and we had talked about that. We weren't sure who to expect in, but you never know when it comes to goalkeeping. Goalkeeping is who's hot right now, who's having the better practices, maybe in a row, and you don't know if somebody has a little bit of a knock or tweak. So, and to be honest, maybe they're both #1 goalkeepers.
Switch out to the left side.
I always like to think that it's like 1 and 1A, 1A and 1B. That's it.
Right. Now Nares trying to keep control. She's trying to attract marking. It's a quick collision against the referee. And Miami takes advantage. Loose ball quickly taken here by Holly. Where's that space? They're trying to fight Kunde there. Going physical against Williams. Good intervention there by Bailey Williams.
That's good hard work defensively by Bailey Williams, getting her body between Kunde and the goal and then being able to knock that ball loose.
Barbara Murillo from Honduras. Abreu posting up, finding Gomez Vila on the left side. Gomez Vila once again as FC Scorpions start to apply some pressure around the center circle. Watch out for this one. Stolen quickly by FC Scorpions. A good chance here in the breakaway. Could this be it? Kunde is all wide open on the right side, and she missed. What a stop by Fernandez on the counter shot, and she scores. However, it has been disallowed. Wow.
And I think off the save by Fernandez, it became a handball against Kunde, but look at this effort. And then Kunde is just running right down with Rubiales, but that save by Fernandez. She comes out, she makes herself big, she gives Kunde nothing to shoot at. When she makes a save, it bounces back and it hits her in the arm, and that's the call you got.
And the goalkeeper in Saskia Weber, to my right, gets all excited. I thought you were going to push me onto the pitch.
I get very excited
all
at
excited.
good goalkeeping, at good saves, and that was. The timing on it was excellent. She waited for the through ball. Then I can break this down all day long. Then she closed the space while the ball was in transition. By the time Kunde got the ball, she was right in front of her. Great save.
Now here's Giovanna Oliveira from the capital city of Goiânia in the state of Goiás in Brazil. Nares with the steal. Scorpions going toe-to-toe against the favorite Miami Grove FC. Nice header there to find Hernandez on the right side. Marked by Ansley. Here's Oliveira once again, who played 10 years as a professional in Brazil. Abreu. Loose ball here. And finally cleared by Ortiz. There's Kunde once again. She's been a threat on that right side. Kunde holds it up. Nares asks for the ball. Nice one into space, and there's Nares. She's gonna chase it, and she's gonna get there. She's inside the box, crosses it in near post. She was completely deflated there. Long stamina after that run.
Absolutely ran out of any juice to serve that ball after the run. I was kind of surprised that Fernandez didn't come and get that ball. It went into that box for a long time. I think that on the other side of that, you've got to come pick that up. Give your defense a breather.
Look at that marking there by Quinn Ansley. A very feisty left back.
Yeah, and just that little extra shove out of bounds. It just shows what this means to both of these teams. It's been a feisty game.
Yeah, and talking about the personality for Ansley, as we're going to go back once again to this last play for Miami. Was that a handball?
It's hard to tell from this angle if that was a handball. Her hand was down by her side. She didn't raise it in like an open zone, in a sense, like a non-natural area. So I think it was a play on. And our referee was right there in front of it and said play on.
Nice play there for Hernandez, connecting with Oliveira. Good marking there by Cervantes for setting the 1-2 touch there. Nares with a push. Oliveira again to Hernandez. Here's Mendez helping out on the right side. And this loose ball is going to end up in the feet of goalkeeper Sora Standifer.
And we've got a good 50-50 game here.
Sure.
Possession-wise, going back and forth. I think, before we come up on the hydration break, I think Scorpion has had the better looks inside of Miami's box, but I still think this is 50-50. It could go any way right now.
Sure. Once again, I was looking at the resume for Miami Grove FC, and when I saw several pro players going around the world, I thought, well, this could be a tough game for FC Scorpions, but I think it's been the complete opposite.
Yeah, and you have to remember how teams play together as well. You can look at a list and say, hey, well, this team has this person, this, but do they click? Do they mesh? Do they play together all the time? Scorpion and them play together all the time, and they have a flow about them. They know each other's timings, and that's become obvious on the field. That's why we're having basically a 50-50 game possession-wise. I'm sure it's maybe a little bit more Scorpion.
Well, it's been a hot summer day here in Irvine, and we're going to take a hydration break here, much needed for Saskia and I. And in just a moment as well, the third member of our team, Lexis Nicole, will have an interview as well. But in the meantime, let's go downstairs with one of our coaches.
Football legend of the U.S. Now, about to watch the final match of the UPSLW. Paul, what do you have to say about today's event?
I'm super excited to see the quality of the two teams. One team from Miami and one team from Los Angeles. It couldn't be a better final than we could ask for.
And what do you think about the level that teams are showing off?
This level here in the United States, semi-professional women, is like professional soccer in a lot of different countries. We're going to see a lot of great talent, especially from both these teams. They earned it, and they're going to be exciting to watch.
Paul, you being a football legend, being a member of the national team of the United States, well, it was the World Cup just a couple of days ago. What do you have to say about it?
Well, it's the greatest World Cup, obviously with fans and with the success of no problems, and it's. I hope that the next World Cup is even better than this, especially because it's going to be in Uruguay and Paraguay and Argentina, representing the 100-year anniversary of World Cup, and then of course in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. So I'm super excited. The talent that we've seen, the quality of teams, the stories from Vazinha and Cape Verde, and you have other countries that a lot of people didn't even know that existed. Nevertheless, they produce stars, and then of course the fans. You have the Scottish fans that the Americans fell in love with. They fell in love with the Dutch fans. They fell in love with Norwegian fans, the row, and just the excitement. Argentina had some of the best fans that the world could ever imagine, and I'm in a country in the United States where you have football and baseball and basketball that are more popular than soccer. The one thing I think it showed the Americans is the joy and the fan support. It's nothing like that. So I think that our country has seen the fans from other countries, how passionate they are about soccer, and it's unprecedented than any other sport here in the United States.
Well, we ended up not going to the benches. We had to feature one of the most famous players in the U.S. men's national team history, the author of the shot heard around the world, one of the biggest goals scored in the history of our country, Paul Caligiuri, who single-handedly helped the U.S. qualify to the 1990 World Cup in Italia. Great personality, obviously, former player, broadcaster, involved as well with the UPSL. What a great guy to have here with us, Paul Caligiuri.
Yeah, and we played at the same time. I know Paul really well, and it absolutely was the shot heard around the world in that game. That last-minute goal in a hostile environment, and I could watch that goal over and over and over again.
Yeah, for those of you coming
Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, from a different generation. It had been 40 years since the U.S. national team had made it to a World Cup, the last one being Brazil 1950. And that team, led by Paul Caligiuri, Bruce Murray, Eric Winalda, Marcelo Tone, the great Tony Meola, etc., led the way for the revolution that was USA in 1994, then our Major League Soccer in 96, and then just everything that has happened after.
Yeah, it's interesting because you talk about us as the 99ers as pioneers for women's soccer, women's sports globally, and how we changed the face of things. But that U.S. men's team, that game, getting into the World Cup finally in Italy in 90, and then having the World Cup here in 94, then starting the MLS, that was the group that did it, you know, and it spawned the Kobe Joneses and the Landon Donovans and everybody. And without them and them as pioneers on the men's side, I don't know where we'd be either.
Yeah, I mean, so many names that I don't want to miss.
Oh,
Peter
God.
Vermees.
Tab Ramos. I mean, it's like a who's who.
Yeah, well, to all of you listening, thank you. Muchas gracias.
Absolutely,
thank you for all you've done.
Thank you.
And to Saskia Weber, my analyst / color commentator here, thank you as well, because your team in 99, the team in 91 did so much for these girls and these young ladies that are playing here today.
Like I said, if I could have been a player twice, I'd love to play right now. I really would. I think I'd just love to play right now.
Well, back in the groove of things here in the first half of the national championship in the women's category of the UPSL. It's 0-0 so far between FC Scorpions and Miami Grove FC. However, both teams have had their opportunities so far, including a disallowed goal for FC Scorpions. Here's Murillo. Some pressure there from Rubidoux, and she steals it away. It's 2 against 3. Good chance here, and that is now open on the left side. Let's see who she goes to. Rubidoux going to Nares, and she couldn't get there. She couldn't hit it with the left foot, and a missed opportunity there for Scorpions.
So close again for Scorpions, and you know, you've got to wonder, is this going to come back kind of to bite them in a sense? They've had 2 amazing opportunities. One obviously was a great save, and the other one is just a missed. I don't want to say that's an open net because I'm a goalkeeper and I saw Fernandez come flying across, so maybe she would have made the save. But just an excellent chance again that Scorpion's going to miss. Going in at halftime, they're gonna know they've had some sitters, you know.
Ansley. Switch it out to the right side. Finding Ortiz. She's ready to go. Long ball there. Trying to find Kunde. She goes 1v1. She has a shot. She takes the goalie out. Kunde. And we have a late offside call.
I was wondering if that flag was going to come up. I think that Kundis came back from an offsides position and then ran into the run of play. But Kundis has deceptive speed, I think, and we're seeing that she's got that little next gear, that explosiveness, and she was able to blow by Miami's defense there.
What is FC Scorpions seeing from Miami, making them come up with these long balls?
I think they're seeing a bit of a high line, and I talked about this earlier that I felt that some of their players are man marking some of the Scorpion players. So what that means is that they're not really in a tight zone, and so their opportunities to break through those seams and to get in behind. Like right now, they're in a 3-back on the build. So if you can do quick transition, you're going to be able to break through the seams and in between the lines and get those quick attacks on goal.
Here's Kunda once again, trying to split that defense up. Good chance here. And the goalie comes out and gets it.
And it was offsides again. And here, Scorpion has to look across the line, because what Miami Grove is doing very, very well is they are pulling the offsides trap. So you're going to watch Miami Grove in the back. If you look in the upper picture, you're going to see them step really quick, just step and pull her off. So they're conscious of the fact they have the high line, and they're playing it very well. Now, for Scorpion, the way to beat that is actually to send the second runner. So have your midfield, have Salazar push up a little bit higher. When that ball serve, has Salazar go in from a deeper position.
We've gone past the 30-minute mark here in Irvine. The national championship game here in the UPSL. It's Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions. So far, it's been the latter getting the best out of this game, but nothing to brag about so far.
Yeah, and right now, I'd say Miami Grove does not have anything really connecting in the attacking third. On the flip side of that, Scorpion is finding a groove. They're finding seams in between the lines. And in my opinion, it's just a matter of time before one of these breakaways gets in on goal.
It'll be Mendez with a throw-in. Miami insisting on playing through that right side. Not much done on the left so far. As Abreu posts up and is able to draw the foul.
Yeah, and we're just going to see Young take her down from behind with her arms wrapped around her to give Miami the free kick. But not tested at all has Zora Stanfield. And so let's get, if I was Miami, let's get the ball in and around the goal, see if we can test her a little bit.
Blaya puts it into the box. This one chased by Gomez Villa. Going on the 1v1, a good battle there won by Oper. Salazar now. Monique Cervantes. Switching out to the left to Ansley. She's been busy so far on that left side. Cuts to the middle, keeps them going. Good effort right there by Rubidoux, who plays at the University of San Diego for the Toreros. Hernandez. Oliveira posting up. Nice ball into the right side. But she was offsides.
And this was much better work by Miami Grove. Just moving that ball inside then outside, finding the seams. Although it was offside, it's better movement from them.
We're heading into the tail end of the first half here in Irvine. And FC Scorpions staying busy. Ansley. Nades ready to make the run. And there it is, quick 1-2. Nades flying down that left side. She's wide open, has a chance to cross it. In goes near post. And a good intervention right there by Oper. However, she was unable to get past the goalie.
And that's good give and go down this near side by Scorpion. Nares gets in, but Oper just cuts this in a little bit too soon. If she got a foot on that, I think she's past the post. But it's still a good attack. We're going back and forth, end to end. Two great attacks, one by Miami, the other by Scorpion. I'm telling you, this game could go any way.
I can't wait to see what the second half will have for us, even though we still have about 10 minutes left here. Fernandez will play the short here with Bailey Williams. Look at the pressing right there by FC Scorpions. Mendez has nowhere to go. Moves to her left with Blaya. Quick reaction there. Good opportunity. Chance for a breakaway. Kunde dancing to her right side. She waits for Rubido. Squares off. And the shot is deflected and into the hands of Fernandez.
And it's a great turnover here, and Kundis has all sorts of space, and she should have pulled the trigger. She thought about it when she hit the top of the D, and then took the extra touch that just gave Miami time to recover defensively. She needs to pull the trigger there.
Naris. Kunde once again. Such a physical player. Very quick as well. As you said, that deceiving speed, if that's...
Yeah, it's that. She just has that deceiving speed. I don't think you expect her to put it into the next gear, and then boom, she's just by you. And Scorpion is finding a lot of success in the middle of the field. I think Balea is struggling at that single pivot.
Wow, Mendes cuts it up there. Nares was looming there behind her. Kunde with the interception. Kunde turns around, puts it right in the center for Oper. Rubido was waiting. Cervantes will give it a go from long range. Loose ball there is Rubido once again with a quick back heel.
And I like keeping that alive, Rubido, instead of trying to shoot it through a wall of players.
Nares goes on the battle against Mendes, who covers it well. It'll be a goal kick for Nina Fernandez.
So back to my thought, Miami, the single pivot of Balea at that 6 is, I think, causing them a bit of problems because Scorpion is finding joy in and around that area. In front of the D, there seems to be a lot of space, and they're having success in the middle of the field.
So we've gone past the 35th minute mark here in Irvine, in the heart of Orange County. It's a 0-0 draw so far between Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions. And just a quick reminder, for those of you watching on our YouTube channel, there's no extra time here. If we have a draw, we're going straight into PKs. Some pressure there from Hernandez. And look at Ortiz go. Shrugging off the marking. This one cleared away by Miami now. Hernandez doing some dirty work. Then quick open on the right side for Gomez Vila. Hernandez comes in behind her. She gives it a go, going close to the penalty spot, and a one bouncer right into the hands of Standifer.
And I feel like Hernandez just ran out of ideas. I just ran out of ideas there as Menendez, because Hernandez was there for a short pass instead of taking that long service.
Oper, joined by two players on the left. Here's Oper, looking for the center. Nares with the header there. Could not connect well. Rubido keeps on going. Keeping the play alive now. Connecting with Nares. They've been a threat on that left side for FC Scorpions. Ansley. Cervantes now. Swinging it to the right side, Ortiz. Quick ball now, close to the end line is Kunde. Here's the center, now it's coming in from behind, no one there to connect, and now Miami gets it again. No one there to help Hernandez. Good pressure right there.
Just gonna see that step over, and then that next gear on that far side. Thought about dropping the ball short, but realized the best ball was to the back post. It was just too high for any sort of threat on goal by Nares.
Rubido with the header. Oper playing for Nares. Quick connection there. And now Oper would run to play here on that left side. Nares asking for it back, the captain. Tries to swing it to the right side. Kunde with control, posting up. Cervantes. Ansley now. Good pressing there from Miami. Hernandez gets it back. And a tactical foul there by the Scorpions. not allowing Miami to come out on the counterattack.
The Scorpions are doing a good job to get multiple players around the ball, but here there was just the takedown and the foul, a little bit of the shove from behind. But again, I think anytime Miami's getting the ball right now, 2-3 Scorpions just converge. So there is no room for them to dribble or take space. They have to make the adjustment and pass out of these situations.
That'd be the worst of my nightmares, to see 1, 2, 3 Scorpions chasing me around. I don't know. I don't even know what to think now.
At least they're not called, like, I don't know. I can think of something else.
They've been stingy, to say the least, so far against Miami Grove FC. Now they have to play it back with Ortiz. Risking it there, but Miami able to steal it away.
And at this point, Miami's doing the majority of the chasing in this second half of the first half. And not the position you want to be in. It's been 50-50 for a while, but now it seems that Scorpions are settling into more of the possession here.
Miami has been unable to touch the ball in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
It's been all Scorpions. This one's deflected. Oper chases after it, and Murillo goes back with their goalie, Fernandez. Gomez Villa leaves it there for Blaya. Unable to connect with Gomez Villa.
Yeah, and Miami just needs a reset here. I think at halftime couldn't come soon enough for them because they just seem like their timing is off on their runs, on their passing to each other. And where Scorpions have the majority of momentum.
Gomez Villa. She had Hernandez wide open on the right, but would rather start building up again. Blaya. Protecting it with her body and now switching out to the left. Reaching Noemi Franco, who plays for the Guatemala national team. Murillo. Good control there, but unable to connect with her teammate. Karina Bermudez couldn't get there. She was one of our players to watch so far, Karina Bermudez, but we barely named her so far in the game. We haven't mentioned her much. We're getting to the tail end of this first half here in Irvine. It's been all Scorpions so far, but then again, nothing to brag about as we are getting close to halftime.
No, and if anything, there's got to be frustration for Scorpions because from what I'm seeing is they should be up 2-0, if not for a great save by Fernandez and then just an incredibly missed opportunity a few minutes later.
Mendes. Hernandez open on the right. There are no spaces there. They're looking for Oliveira now. There's Abreu.
No, and Scorpions is just doing the work defensively. Anytime that ball is passed by Miami into space, into a player, they're just converging. And Miami has no place to go with the ball.
In our last game, our
defense wins championship.
That's right. In every sport, I think.
I mean, well, somebody's got to score, but.
Defense and pitching.
Yeah, there you go.
When in our prelim game, the last game that we had here today between Simply Football and Sacramento United, despite the hydration break, we only had 2 minutes added, so we might not have much here before the end of the half.
Yeah, I think part of that is there haven't been no stops in play and no substitutes, so really it's just the hydration break.
Yeah, I like that. It's been non-stop action. The referee has barely intervened so far.
No flopping.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to women's soccer.
That's right. So let's see how far Murillo will go, the Honduran international. Into the attacking third. Finding Giovanna Oliveira, the Brazilian. Back to Oliveira. Good pass there from Hernandez. Oliveira face up. Going all the way to the end line. Good defending there by Ansley. We'll have a corner kick, the first of the game for Miami.
And we'll see what Miami does with this. It's coming into the end of the second half where you haven't had the run of play for about 15 minutes. It's been pretty much all Scorpions taking control of the game. This is a great opportunity to punish them and come out at halftime up a goal.
It looks like Hernandez is bleeding, so they had to bring her out.
Yeah, it looks like she got a knock to the nose.
So we'll have 3 minutes added of injury time. Hernandez did not want to come out. There's one punched away. The counter shot there and saved right by the line. Finally an opportunity for Miami. They're playing with 10 now. The shot there by Gomez Vila is blocked. Miami keeps on going, and a dangerous foul right there. An interesting set piece here for Miami before we close up the first half.
Yeah, and struggling to clear this ball is Scorpions. And then when it pops back up on the half turn, you're going to see right here on the half turn, and then no ball right there. Scorpions just get the clip. This foul's in a really dangerous spot with a minute and a half to go.
Was Karina Bermudez going down?
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the ball. I mean, it's definitely a foul. It's just at this point in this half, you go, take the shot. Again, like I said, Standifer hasn't been tested at all. And even on that corner, it looked a little shaky in and around the goaltender and the box. So let's, if you're Miami, let's test her.
Karina Bermudez, the righty.
If this goes in, this is against the run of play.
4 ladies in the wall for Scorpions. She's gonna bend it, and that was very close. Hitting the outside of the netting. Bermudez was going for it. The Colombian.
Yeah, and bending this around the outside of the wall, I think it looked, whoa, it just misses. Is a better angle for you. How much this just misses the upper 90? I think Standifer would probably tell you she knew it was going out the whole time. I don't really know about that. But it's a goal kick.
Yeah, Karina Bermudez, who's played professionally in 5 different countries. Born in Colombia, resides in Miami. One of the standouts of this side. Blaya, wow. She pushed her opponent, complaining to the referee. The game starts getting physical now at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing it's getting a little bit chippy and some frustration. Surprised the ref didn't call that and give a free kick immediately from there. They gave a free kick on the other play, but not on the shove.
Well, Karen Collado is letting them play so far. This was in the air looking for Nares. Rubidoux. And Karen Collado blows the whistle to signal the end of the first half here in the UPSL Women's National Championship, the 2nd edition, played here in Irvine. It's been a 0-0 draw despite the fact that the Scorpions have had control of most of the first half.
Yeah, I think Miami Grove has to come in and realize at halftime that they're very susceptible in the middle of the field. Gomez Vila, Blaya, Olivier, they're not getting the job done defensively in front of the D, and that is where Scorpions are having their success, finding those through balls, getting in behind. And then for Scorpions, you got to be a little frustrated coming in. You should be up at least 1-0 right now.
Well, let's see, as you just said earlier in the broadcast, if it doesn't come back and bite them.
Yeah.
Hola. So it's been a good first half so far, non-stop action. FC Scorpions, we're relentless, pressing, good control here. As in just a moment, we're gonna get down the pitch to talk to the coach of Miami Grove FC. Manuel Arias is getting ready, talking to Giovanna Oliveira, trying to fix those last details. And I'm sure Lexis will ask him what needs to change for Miami Grove in the second half.
And my thought process with that is, do you go to a double pivot and just a 10? Because you really are having issues in that zone and in that area where you have a little bit more defense. You know, I think they're settling into that at times, but maybe make it more clear. Go to a double pivot, put Oliveira maybe up at the lone 10 instead, and try to attack in that system.
So Lexis is ready with the head coach of Miami Grove FC, Manuel Arias.
I have Miami Grove's coach here, Manu. Can you please tell me a bit about the first half and what you're looking to do in the second half?
Yes, definitely. We've been surprised by FC Scorpion. I believe they have a lot of speed up top. They have a lot of speeds on the sides too. We seem to not be able to prevent them from sending long balls. That's putting us under a lot of pressure and a lot of danger. We keep running up and down, trying to adjust to their game. I think we need to do a better job at pressuring them from the get-go to avoid those long balls and see if we can win possession of the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you up top.
Thanks, Lexis. So it's been a scoreless draw here between Miami and Scorpions. Let's get ready for the second half.
Okay, can we just say that Paul Caligiuri just came up into the booth and I just got a hug from that?
And we need to take a selfie with the legend. We were just talking about the shot heard around the world.
We absolutely were.
And we have Paul right here behind us.
seen him in so long. That's awesome.
You would have saved my shot.
You're too sweet. You're too sweet. I would have, though.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and coming back to Irvine, Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions playing in a scoreless draw in the final of the UPSL Women's National Championship. So 8 teams, 1 champion. We're down to 2 teams now, Miami Grove FC and FC Scorpions. This is a UPSL Women's National Championship, the second edition of this tournament. The last one we had in Kansas City last year. Now we're back in the heart of Orange County, here in Southern California, Irvine to be exact. And I'm joined by FIFA World Cup winner Saskia Weber. I am Francisco X. Rivera. So glad that you can join us. It's been a good first half, especially for FC Scorpions, but what can Miami Grove do to change things so far?
Yeah, I think Miami Grove needs to take more control of their defensive midfield. I think they've been getting exposed right in front of, in transition, right in front of their back line. So you've seen multiple turnovers, quick transition, that slotted ball, and just Scorpion getting called offside a couple times. That's only really what's holding Miami still in this game, is that they do have a good offline step. They were pulling the Scorpions off, but they still need to take control of that defensive midfield.
Well, I know the fans want some goals. We do want goals. I mean, our prelim game today, the third place match, had 2 between Simply Football and Sacramento United. But now we talked about Miami Grove. What can they do better? But talking about FC Scorpions, what have they done well so far to keep control of this match?
Well, I think we were saying defense wins games, and what Scorpion has done is anytime Miami Grove gets the ball, 1, 2 players, instant pressure. They do not let Miami Grove move the ball around, have multiple touches on the ball. They just converge, and they're causing turnovers and attacking in quick transition.
Now, to your point, you said during the first half earlier on the broadcast that you're hoping those missed opportunities did not come and bite FC Scorpions in the back. It's been tough to see them waste so many opportunities right in front of the goalkeeper, Fernandez, who's been lucky so far. She's had some good stops as well. But let's see if Scorpions can't forget that, have short memory, and regroup for the second half. In the meantime, let's go down to Lexis, who will have an interview with FC Scorpions coach, Pat Rossi.
Patrick, with FC Scorpions, please tell me a little bit about the first half and what you're looking to do in the second half.
It was a bit tight as to be expected, contested, a lot of defensive play in the midfield, but we're looking to open up them in the second half and go a bit longer, a bit more direct.
All right, lovely. Well, best of luck in the second half.
Thank you. Thanks so
much. All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Back to you up top.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised about that at all. Like, they have been defensive, that's what I was talking about, in the midfield, and they've been putting that pressure on Miami in their defensive third, stripping the ball in transition. But where Miami Grove has been susceptible because of that is in behind. So if you can get your timing right on the service and get those balls to drop in behind that high line, we'll see. They're going to go more direct.
And Lexis will also talk to U.S. national team legend Paul Caligiuri.
You ready?
All right, I'm ready. Yeah,
all right.
Let's go.
I'm here with Paul Caligiuri, and I just want to get your thoughts on this event and what it's like to host the second ever Women's National Championship.
I think these teams have earned their right to be here. Obviously, the play is really high level. I think I mentioned it earlier, in certain countries, this would be the pro level. I mean, these women are that good, and I think it's well officiated, and it's just a wonderful venue. This is the venue where the U.S. national team trained during the World Cup, so it's super special that the UPSL is hosting the Women's National Championship here, and I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate your words.
My pleasure.
And we'll get back to you up top with the rest of the tournament.
That's actually a really good point that Paul brought up. In some other countries, you have some great teams. I think what we've always talked about is the depth of women's soccer here in the United States. It's why, 4-time World Cup champions. But you see it in the NWSL and in the next levels and this level. In other countries, this would be a pro level. And so that's how good the U.S. players are and our system is and the UPSL is. And so I think it's just such a benefit to these players. And hopefully it will help them transition further and out of this. But it's a great leave, and the competition's incredible.
For sure. I mean, we talk about some of the players from Miami Grove FC. Barbara Murillo, who played for Puebla in the Liga MX. She played in Colombia. She played in Peru. Went through Copa Libertadores, which is the biggest tournament in South America. We talked about Kelly Theus, who's the sub-goalkeeper for Miami, who was part of the World Cup team for Haiti in 2023, as we take a look at the stats. What stands out for you?
Well, you know, and we've said it's a pretty even game, and it was for the majority of the first half. You know, each team 2 shots on goal. I think if you think about the first half, the Scorpions were more threatening with their shots on goal. 1 shot on target, it felt like a lot more than that. But I think that coming into this second half, efficiency is the key. We're going to see Scorpions, as they said, go more direct, try to spring their attack in behind Miami's line. And I think Miami needs to find better combinations in and around the box to be more threatening.
So humidity has gone down. It was 78% when we started our first game, but it was 78 degrees, however. Now, temperature has gone up, but humidity has gone down.
It has, and you can feel it. And, you know, there was a little breeze down on the field earlier, so I'm sure that's helping the players, and they're not as fatigued coming in this long weekend, an incredibly, you know, challenging weekend with the weather. But we're seeing some great soccer nonetheless.
Now, for those of you watching in Miami, you might be like, that's nothing. We're used to that. But for us in Southern California, I'm just saying to put it in context, and you said earlier in the broadcast, we're used to more dry, you know, when we have hot weather, it's dry, or
Right.
we're used to the breeze close to the beach. It's not usually the case like today.
Yeah, humidity is a totally different beast, and it takes it out of you. It dehydrates you so much faster than just a dry heat does. And no, Californians aren't used to it. I mean, I was going to pass out the other day just like walking across the backyard. So, like, I can only imagine how these players felt the past 2 days. So this has got to be a bit of a 87 degrees and 46% humidity has to be a welcome release.
Alrighty, so Karen Collado blows the whistle, and we're ready for the second half here. Is the UPSL Women's National Championship here, live from Irvine, California. Alongside FIFA World Cup champion Saskia Weber, I am Francisco X. Rivera. So glad that you can join us. The Scorpions joins the attack, and the attempt there by Oper. Ends up in the hands of Fernandez. She barely touched it. I don't think she was expecting it.
Yeah, and Kunda started this. You don't see it in the replay here, but just the pressure on that back line, and it's obvious what FC Scorpions are thinking. They're going to come out, they're going to high press, they're going to go direct, and they're going to bring it to Miami.
FC Scorpions much more aggressive. Our first half stats were a bit deceiving considering the fact that Scorpions could have done more. But we're still even. Good ball through by Abreu. Closing in well was Quinn Ansley, who throws it away. It'll be a corner kick here for Miami Grove FC.
And that was a good defense by Quinn Ansley just to get back in position, because that was a great through ball. It's just she had the speed and the step in there to be able to clear it out for a throw.
Yeah, throw-in actually for Miami. Quick touch there by Blaya. Tough bouncer there, cleared away by Ortiz. From long range, it was Jocelyn Mendez going to the left side. Good defensive effort there by Scorpions, by Holly. So we're at the Great Park Soccer Stadium, or Championship Soccer Stadium. Great venue here in Irvine, California. Lots of sports to be played around these fields. There's even a hockey rink not so far from us. Holly. Puts it in the air for Kunde. One of the most active players in the first half. She's a San Diego native, not too far from here. Played last year at the University of Alabama. Holly. Finding Kunde once again. Kunde turns around, try to connect there with her teammate. Hernandez. Gomez Villa. Nowhere to go for Miami Grove FC. Kunde once again, finding Oper on the right. Oper will try to outrun her defender. Good effort at the end by the Guatemalan national team player, Noemi Franco.
Yeah, and Kunda and Oprah have good timing and good relationship together. So look for Scorpion FC to keep building up this near side, trying to get both of them in the mix and into the final third.
Oper with a throw in. Kunda couldn't get there. Ball's cleared away quickly by Miami. Young. Natis. Turning around, we had an offside position called against the captain of FC Scorpions. So we have an all-female refereeing crew here, led by Karen Collado. It's been a pretty much straightforward game, and she's let them play so far.
Yeah, she has. We saw a couple tugs of the jerseys, a couple shoves, but she let it play on. It hasn't gotten out of hand.
We're so happy that you can join us here today. We're live from Irvine, the United Premier Soccer League, one of the largest, most competitive leagues in the United States. Hundreds of teams wanting to be in this position, going for the $15,000 grand prize, and it's down to only 2 teams.
What work rate by Liberty Ortiz there. She got stripped by the ball in the middle of the field by Gomez Villa and then just put on the Jets, came back and recovered the ball for Scorpion. That's what I was talking about, that defensive mentality all over the field for Scorpion FC. That's what has them have the edge right now over Miami Grove.
Now Scorpions are prepping 2 players to come in here in the second half. So the rotations will start here for head coach Pat Rossi. One of the things we talked about in the first half is how this women's division is trying to help that bridge that gap between collegiate soccer and the professional game.
Yeah, we were talking about the fact that, you know, there is no draft anymore for the NWSL. So, you know, not every college player, where before, you know, you had a 6-round draft. You know, a lot of college players went to pro teams immediately. You don't have that anymore. And so this is a gateway for college players that don't go directly pro to play at a high level, be seen, and move on and develop.
Well, the captain, Jessica Natis, will be coming out of the match. Oscar Praise in substitution, but once again, we're talking about 4 matches in a matter of 4 days, or 3 days actually, starting Friday. So Jessica Natis is out. Olga Luna, number 22, comes in to replace her. Queen Ansley, also very active in the first half, replaced by Sarah Mahfoud, number 8. So 2 big changes for FC Scorpions. So a pretty big game for Natis.
Yeah, and not surprised. Again, we've discussed the fact it's been a long weekend, a lot of games. And so, you know, this is a championship. And if you need fresh legs, you trust your teammates and you trust your coach and you change it up. And it's understandable.
Another offside position call here against FC Scorpions. Once again, Miami playing that high line. Oliveira. Williams. Franco. Oliveira again, the Brazilian, showing some flair. She could not connect there with Bermudez. This one's intercepted once again by Miami, trying to go into space with Bermudez. Here's Karina. Bermudez says she loves creating content. She models every once in a while. I was actually going through her Instagram feed, and she had a chance to take pictures this summer with David Beckham and Diego Lugano.
There you go.
And some brand activations during the World Cup. Who was that player that you met at any point, male or female, where you were completely shocked or starstruck?
Oh my goodness. In soccer?
Any sport. I mean,
probably for me, Michael Jordan was a big one.
Wow, you met Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, but back then I used to hang out with a lot of people, so Michael Jordan that was cool. He was a great guy when I met him and everything, but he was, you know, he's Jordan.
Okay.
So, I got to meet Pele, so that's
Wow.
always that's always amazing to get. I got to sit and have dinner with Pele, so that was pretty.
That's incredible. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I mean,
you got Jordan and Pele. I mean, those are 1 and 2.
Yeah, I can keep dropping names.
That's close to your Mount Rushmore, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, women, they were all on my team, so I talk to them every day.
Right.
So, you know.
Well, talking about Mount Rushmore, to counter, I did get to meet Muhammad Ali.
There you go.
So, you know, that's probably top 3, perhaps?
Absolutely. 100%. I got to meet his daughter, Layla.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's definitely up there.
That's probably what Karina Bermudez felt when she met David Beckham.
Yeah, you know, they're players, absolutely. Ooh, tough takedown from behind. And she says play on again.
Okay.
Interesting.
There you go. All ball, according to Karen Collado. So to confirm the changes, Jocelyn Mendez and Mariana Hernandez came out of the pitch. Number 69, number 8. They're replaced by Asa Layton, number 19, and Brianna Alzate, number 11.
Yeah, just a takedown from behind. No ball there whatsoever.
Talking about medals, and I want to see your World Cup medal. These are the medals that will be awarded to the players, to the winners here today.
Yeah, well, you live in the town next to me, so we'll
there
have
you go.
coffee,
Yes,
and you can see my.
We got to do it. We got to do it. I'm excited about that. It's funny for those of you, for context. Saskia and I just found out we're a few miles from each other. We could have carpool here to Irvine today.
Yeah, we could. Not even, except I'm not picking you up at LAX.
That's right. Well, hopefully next time.
That's not going to happen.
There's well, just going into LAX might take you the same time to drive from Northern Hills to Irvine.
Exactly.
So these are the trophies that our players will get to touch here today. The medals.
Gorgeous.
And $15,000, the grand prize for the winner here, either FC Scorpions or Miami Grove FC. There's a number 10 duel right there between Oliveira and Salazar, won by Miami. Good chance here as Bermudez gets wide open. So Miami is finally trying to show something in here in the second half. Let's see if the changes can actually help. So once again, to confirm, Alzate and Layton coming in, number 11 and 19 respectively. Out of the pitch, Mendez number 8, Hernandez number 69. As Murillo goes back and plays it with Fernandez. Williams back to Nina Fernandez. We are past the 10-minute mark here in Irvine. The national championship game here in the women's division of the UPSL. The third place match was won by Simply Football, a team based in Dallas, Texas. They beat Sacramento United 2-0. Harsh tackle right there.
You know, and when we talked to Simply Football coach, like he felt that, you know, that was the group of death. And that the final, basically, you know, every coach is going to say this, should have been them against Miami Grove. But honestly, right now, this is as even as we've seen a game. And, you know, Scorpions is taking it to Miami Grove. So I think they would argue about that very heavily.
Yeah. Good control there by Bermudez. Turning around is Layton. Finding Oliveira, who's the engine of this squad. Good ball into space here, trying to find Franco. On the one-on-one. Franco keeps him going, and this one will belong to Scorpions.
Yeah, and
he's not happy.
And you know, the subs for Miami Grove have added some kind of energy and spark into their attacking midfield with Layton coming in, getting the ball. I think it's been a good move so far. We'll see how it develops.
So another substitution here for FC Scorpions. Monique Cervantes did a lot of hard work down the middle. Will be coming out of the pitch.
This substitution for FC Scorpions is currently 50-minute play.
And it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, we're coming up on the 60th minute. Do you push? Do you go after it? Does this game open up and go end to end, or are both teams playing for PKs? You know, I'd like to see it open up. I'd like to see some of those long, direct balls that Pat Rossi talked about and that Scorpion were going to look to do in this second half, just to open things up. Because when you start hitting long, direct balls, it spreads the defense of the other team out, and then you can play in short underneath.
And just to give you some context of how these two teams got here, we had a round robin in 2 groups, 8 teams total. We started play Friday, 1 match Friday, 2 matches Saturday. Miami won 2 games but drew against Simply Football FC. They had to go to penalty kicks to decide the winner and to decide the team that would advance to the finals. On the other hand, FC Scorpions were able to defeat all 3 rivals in their group.
Yeah, FC Scorpion had a solid run and a very convincing run, and they're showing it here this evening.
Switch out to the right side. Here's Holly. Williams with the header. Arevalo, who just came into the game. Switching out, trying to find Oper. Rubidu connecting once again with Oper. Quick 1-2 pass back to Rubidu. And a good sliding tackle there by Williams.
Yeah, good timing on the tackle by Williams. And it's good in and out play by the Scorpions.
Long throw in. Headed away. Scorpions still in attack here with Luna. Just came into the game as well. Shot from long range, no problem there for Fernandez.
Yeah, that's a good touch, but that's a long way out to really challenge Fernandez there. With her athletic ability, and she's been staying deep on her line. That's a big ask.
So we've got into the 60th minute mark here. We have 30 left. No extra time needed at all here today. We will go to penalty kicks if required. Oliveira pushes down the middle. Good connection here with Abreu. Poked inside for Bermudez. Good shot, Bermudez! Right into the hands of Standiford.
And that was the best combination play we've seen out of Miami thus far this game, and it was just the in and out moving, the quick passes into space. This is what we talked about in the first half. Don't take too many touches because Scorpions are converging around you. That's how you beat them, in and out, into the seams, and almost getting the ball on frame.
Here's Kunde. Caught into the middle. Player open on the right. Ober's asking for the ball, but Kunde keeps on going. Trying to switch gears, gets past 2 defenders, and then splits the defense. Trying to find a player there. Her teammate, Mylan Salazar.
Yeah, and Salazar hasn't been able to be as effective as I think Scorpions have wanted her to be at that 10 position.
Player down for Scorpions.
And I think it was play on, but then with that hit here in the back, you're going to see the follow through. Never even touched the ball. Definitely a foul.
So Holly's trying to walk it off here. She'll take it.
I'm surprised Holly's going to take this because she looks a little hobbled here. You know, maybe have Ortiz take this and get just a good quality service in, but we'll see.
Well, she took it well, close to the penalty spot. Ortiz clears it away. Well trapped here by Bermudez. And it's Holly once again blocking that attempt. Kunde going against Bermudez. Holly could not connect with Salazar. Abreu.
That's a good recovery by Luna on that far side to come back and get that ball.
Salazar once again, quick 1-2 touch. Kunde. Teammate open to the right. It's Oper. Oper's gonna take it. A deceiving shot right there. And Fernandez went no trouble.
Yeah, it's great movement around the top of the back for Scorpion, and Oper hits this, and it kind of knuckles there. So Fernando has a hard time catching up to it and holding on to it. Does the right thing and just parries it up to keep it safe over the bar.
So Holly's slowly walking towards the corner. She's gonna take it. But then again, the fatigue starting to settle with these two teams here. This is the 4th game that they've played in 3 days. They're trying to find any way possible to earn that first spot.
And I think you have a little bit of a sun issue on this side, so this could be dangerous.
Miami is also prepping another substitution. Arevalo walks into the area.
We were wondering if the penalty kick was going to be given. She's been letting things go today. But here's the replay on it, and it's a clear dribble in the box. I don't know. She gets the ball, in my opinion, here. You're going to see a touch on the ball in the clear. With VAR, I have to tell you, this is not a PK for me.
I'm with you.
She gets all ball on this. It's a good tackle.
Well, so that substitution will have to wait for Miami Grove FC. Getting ready to come in was Camila Vieira, a defensive midfielder, but now they'll probably have to change things.
Very interesting. I mean, look, in the run of play, it's a tough call. She's done a great job as a ref this evening. I think this was a missed call.
Alrighty, so chance to get ahead for FC Scorpions. The shot!
California
side, and it's 1-0 in favor of FC Scorpions.
We're going to see this takedown again, and right there at the end, it looks like the ball is touched. You're going to see this slide right there. The ball changes direction, in my opinion, but the PK is given nonetheless, and this is just a great PK. Nothing Fernandez can do about it, just with the pace and everything, buries this ball. I think Fernandez is thinking it's going to go the other way, but Holly just tucks that away.
So an interesting turn of events, because just about 5 minutes ago, Holly was limping. You mentioned at least she looked hobbled.
Yeah.
Then she's like, okay, I'm going to walk it off and I'm going to send a long service into the box. Then just a few moments after, she's the one that has to take the penalty kick, and she scores beautifully to give Scorpions the lead.
Yeah, and again, you know, this is soccer, and we can argue whether it was a PK or not, but, you know, it was a well-taken PK in the end, and she sent Hernandez kind of moving laterally the wrong direction and just kind of stoned her. Well done, buried with pace.
So Camila Vieira comes in replacing Giovanna Oliveira, who was one of the few standouts in attack for Miami. Now, that change was prepared before that penalty kick call. Vieira is a defensive midfielder, according to our notes. Oliveira was that link to the attack, that 9.5. And see how Miami Grove tries to change things here.
Yeah, I think both, one a defensive midfielder, one more of a, maybe a little bit more of an attacking midfielder, which is what you need here to take control of this midfield, like we had talked about, and maybe get back on the board. It's only 1-0, and Miami Grove had some momentum there until that PK.
That's the irony of soccer. That change of events there in favor of FC Scorpions.
And just the nutmeg there. Gundi's having a great game tonight, just so confident on the ball in her first touch. Obviously, you saw how good she is in tight spaces with that nutmeg.
Franco will take it just outside the box. And it's a set piece, a dangerous one here for Miami.
And the service in and just the backing up, and you can see Salazar just drags down Leia with her arm, gets the call. It isn't a dangerous spot. I think it's a little too far out. But again, I've said this over and over, and Standifer hasn't really been tested. So maybe get this on goal, on frame, and follow it up. See if she gives up a rebound.
So this could be a big opportunity here for Miami Grove. Blaya will take it. Here's Blaya. And that was coming down just over the crossbar. No problem there for Standifer.
Yeah, and a waste opportunity here by Miami. Blaya tried to chip a 6'1" goalkeeper that was already back on her line. I think that was a mistake. I think they should have driven that shot in, forced her to make a save, and see if she gives up a rebound, follow it up.
So now here's the hydration break. And in your opinion, does this break benefit either one of the teams?
I think maybe it benefits Miami a little bit, even though they had some momentum and they just came off of this wasted opportunity. I think just regrouping after going down 1-0, after the PK, tell your team, hey, you know, we had some momentum there. We were breaking through them with the one touch, the give and goes, the overlaps. Let's get back to doing that. We had a couple breakaways into the box. That's still on. Stick to our game plan coming into the second half. So I think it benefits Miami, to be honest with you.
Okay. So once we come back from the break, we'll have 20 minutes plus injury time. Let's not forget that there won't be any extra time here. If Miami is able to come back and tie this one up, we'll go straight to penalty kicks. So that goal scored by J.D. Holly is so far worth $15,000. Yoo-hoo! The grand prize, medals, big trophy as well. And obviously the bragging rights in the second edition of the Women's National Championship of the United Premier Soccer League. Last year's edition was held in Kansas City. This time around, we are brought here together to Irvine in the heart of Orange County.
Where do we get to go next year?
We'll see. Are you ready to travel?
I'm ready to travel. I told you I was always ready to travel.
Okay, well, you already commuted from Woodland Hills to here, so
yeah, I did.
Anything's game now.
I did. I needed my passport.
Well, in my case, I landed at LAX this morning all the way from Philadelphia, so it was a long flight. So yeah, I think we're ready for anything.
So you were in Philly when they all found out that they got LeBron James, so that must have been fun.
Just the day before, we were on a call with Philly's coach Ryan Richter, and that's when it was announced. So pretty exciting moment for Philadelphia now. Not only getting the second win yesterday, but also finding out that LeBron James will be playing.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Are you a basketball fan as well?
I
you
am.
mentioned Michael Jordan.
I'm
so.
into every sport.
Okay.
I just like watching sports. Sports just is the best.
Just like me, I'm with you.
It's just the best.
And this time it's football, it's soccer that brings us together here in Irvine, California. And it's the United Premier Soccer League, our first opportunity to be here working with Saskia Weber. And we want to thank everyone in our team, everyone that brought us together, from Lindsay to Nick Webster, our producer Gaston, our silent reporter Lexi's also doing tremendous work in terms of research, sending some notes our way to make sure we brushed up on our notes, our prep for this match. So it's been fun so far. Second game of our doubleheader here as the sun starts to come down here in Irvine. Here's Miami trying to battle for that ball with Duran, who just came into the pitch. What's been your favorite part so far of this doubleheader Sunday?
Well, I think the energy that all four teams are bringing to the pitch. It's been a long weekend for them, and I wasn't sure, like with the extreme temperatures and everything coming in, how the quality would be today. And I just think the quality has been excellent. The whole experience has been great. And like I said, where are we going next year?
Can't wait. But we still have about 18 minutes left in this match. Perhaps penalty kicks if Miami Grove is able to do it, as look at Liberty Ortiz showing some flair risking it a little bit, but showing some class there on defense. Arevalo. Lost it there. Duran. She's going to get some support from the back. He's going to open on the left. There's no one there. I think they lost context there on the play. They had Gomez Villa open on the left. Oper. Williams cuts it. There's Gomez Villa as well. Traps it. And brings it out quickly. 1-2 pass. Intercepted by Holly. Gomez Villa pokes it. There's Gomez Villa going to battle once again. Showing some fire. Playa with a chance. And Abreu hits it from long range. Right to the left of goalie Standifer. Players down for FC Scorpions. It's Liberty Ortiz.
Yeah, she took a shot there. We're just going to see. I'm not sure what got her, whether it was the back of the cleat or the heel, I think up around the face or the neck. And this little bit of a pause, I think, actually benefits FC Scorpion. They were kind of on the gun there, and you saw that Miami Grove was kind of getting their momentum. They were pressing the ball. They were throwing multiple numbers, trying to strip the ball in the attacking third or Scorpions' defensive third, and it was working. And so Scorpions were giving up some loose balls. We're going to see it right here. I'm not sure where the knock is. It's hard to see from that angle. Hopefully she's okay. She seems to be in a bit of pain.
A good battle there between Ana Gomez Villa and Liberty Ortiz.
Looks like she's checking her wrist, actually. And it might have been when she landed on the ground. If we look at her wrist, and I think when she put her wrist down, you see her grab it really quick.
Now they're talking to the ref and also the fourth ref. I think Miami loosened their call. They know that time will have to be made up at some point.
Yeah. You can see the way she's holding the wrist.
Yeah.
Right there.
So Ortiz is going straight
I think that's
to the locker room. That's
Ortiz.
We'll have another substitution coming through quickly for FC Scorpions, now playing with 10. So less than 15 minutes left here for Miami to get something going. Williams, Franco.
Yeah, and Scorpions got to get a sub in.
Yeah, there's two players standing there by the technical area waiting for instructions. Completely unexpected here for FC Scorpions. Gomez gets thrown down. Tough collision right there. Ana Gomez, who plays...
And smart on Williams there, because they need to change the point of attack. Everything has been down this near side. So open it up, going direct. Don't mind that either, but just change the point, move the team around, find the seams.
This one cleared away by Young. And it seems like she will be back. She just got a wrist protection there. And she will be able to come back into the pitch.
Well, if you can hold on to one of your center backs, you want to with Ortiz.
Just took a moment there to go to the locker room and get something. Blaya.
And such a different story here right now for Scorpion, where they were on the front foot and I think kind of controlling the pace and the possession of this game. They are on the back foot right now for these last 15 minutes.
Bermudez went down, no foul, said the ref. And a good chance here for the counterattack. Rubido will take control now. She's actually going to freeze the ball for a little bit. No rush here for Scorpions. Kunde, good control there.
Oh, good work by Williams. Just keeping Kunde in front of her, not biting, not letting her meg. You can see their hand, the wrist is taped up there. Ortiz will be back.
Gomez with the back heel to Bermudez. It's been a good second half for Ana Gomez, the Spaniard midfielder, who actually plays in the USL Women's Division for Miami City FC. We were talking about an overwhelming majority of these players from Miami playing in the pros at some point in their careers, but it's been Scorpions so far. Their grit, their energy, their speed, putting them ahead. Abreu. This one's quickly intercepted and thrown to the right to Holly, who scored the only goal in this match so far via PK. Kunde. Oprah now on the run. Push there against Williams. No foul, said the ref.
Again, good work by Williams defensively to hold off Oprah.
And it's Kunde with the recovery. She gets past Williams. Good chance here. The service. 3 players there. And it's a chance. Good save by Fernandez. It seemed like Olga Luna was ready to wrap this one up. Powerful shot.
But this
and a good intervention by
is all
Fernandez.
Kunde, and she just beats 3 Miami players and then serves that beautiful ball in. And just with the tip over top, wanting that one back. I think Luna go low on that shot and maybe have a better chance to beat Fernandez.
What a game so far for Leah Kunde from the University of Alabama. This one going to the far post. Headed away, and now it's Leighton looking for this one. Taken away by Scorpions here. Looking for Oprah. Could not trap it there. And in fact, left it there for the goalie Fernandez. There was a little drama there inside the box for a few moments.
Yeah, and getting some good pressure now, FC Scorpion. Hey, if in the mentality of the FC Scorpion, if the ball's in Miami's end, you know, that's what you want right now. You don't want to be under this pressure in your defensive third, which they were.
Now both teams are prepping more changes in the last 10 minutes here of the match. 1-0 advantage here for FC Scorpions. They're ready to protect it.
No, I think
so it's Salazar coming out, Mylan Salazar, number 10, and Maddie Cardenas coming into the match. Miami ready to make some changes as well. Here's there's Cardenas. First intervention of the game, fight against Williams. Cardenas able to get away. And that tackle was not a foul, according to the ref.
We're going to see Cardenas just fight off Williams, get into the box. No foul there. I think that's a good no call on the ref. But an instant impact with Cardenas coming in.
Now Miami ready to make another change. All the way from Brazil. Gabriela Bortolon ready to come into the pitch for coach Manuel Arias. Gomez with the steal. Abreu stopping on the left. And there she is. Good control right there with the outside part of the foot. Blaya accompanying the run. Now with clearance there by Jasmine Young.
And I'm kind of surprised that it's taken Coach Arias so long to put Bortolon in. She's got 12 goals on the season. She's one of their leading goal scorers.
And it's Karina Bermudez leaving the pitch for Miami Grove. Disappointing match for Bermudez. And now let's see what Bortolon can do. She plays for Florida National University. Two Brazilians for this Miami Grove team. The other one being Gabriela Oliveira. Not too much time left for Miami Grove to pick something up here.
Yeah, you don't. Right now, you don't have a choice. You know, you put in a Bertolone. You know that she can score. You have to find her, get her the ball, and push forward. But this is going to open them up, susceptible to the counterattack by Scorpion to close it out.
And it seems that there will be one more substitution by Miami. This one cleared away into the feet of Oper. Good chance here for the breakaway. Player open on the left, but a good defensive reaction there by Murillo, the captain of the Honduras national team. Push there from behind. One there by Miami. Vieira. Murillo with a sliding tackle. Here's Vieira again.
Yeah, Murillo's had a couple tackles there that has really saved Miami Grove, because else those would be clear 2v1s on goal for Scorpion.
Yeah, we talked about Murillo, the most experienced player of this squad.
And it shows in those moments that you can see she knows what it takes, you know, at the end of a game, not to allow Scorpion to get these fast breaks and these quick transition.
Watch out for Holly. The cannon from the right foot, right over the crossbar, defended by Nina Fernandez.
It's just not the right play here to me. And the reason I say that is because, you know, you're 40 yards out from goal. You're not going to probably beat Fernandez from there, and all you did was give the ball back to Miami. You've got to have gamesmanship, take that ball to the corner flag, and drain a minute or 2 minutes off the clock.
Pass attempted by Bortolon. And a foul there by Opper.
And you see that a lot, you know, in young players. They get excited. They're like, you have to understand where you are in the part of the game. That shooting from 40 yards out is not the right move right there.
Arevalo. Williams now puts it in the air. And Kunde will clear it as far as possible, as Luna will chase. So there goes Murillo. One of the two players in this championship Sunday to have played at Liga MX. She played for Puebla. The captain of the Honduras national team and the captain of this Miami Grove FC team. Kunde wins it in the air. Quick connection with Oper. Luna now back to Kunde.
I think Williams kept her onside.
There's Kunde on the run. She keeps him going. Back pass, no one there. There's a player coming in from behind, but not the best touch from Cardenas. As we're going to get another substitution for Miami.
And it's good catch in there to keep it alive. And then Cardenas just doesn't get any of that ball the way she would have wanted to.
So they're in their last licks now, as we get another substitution. Last few minutes here for Miami to do something.
This substitution Miami occurred in 87-minute play. Entering the bench for Miami, number 43, Tessa Abreu. Entering the bench play, number 45, Eva Cuva.
So that's it for Abreu.
And again, that's fresh legs up top. We've seen the substitutes coming up to with Leighton, with Kova, Bertolin. Like, those are all attacking players coming in, trying to get something going in these waning minutes of the second half. And you can see Miami is just dumping it forward as much as possible.
Bortolon try to push it through for Leighton. Player down for Miami, it's Murillo. It's actually two players. It's Vieira in the center circle and Murillo. in the defending third.
It's strange to see what happened to Maria. I know Vieira got hit from the back, but it looks like maybe Murillo is having a cramp.
We're talking about Murillo, the most experienced player in this Miami Grove side.
And Fernandez coming all the way over. Murillo's back up, and I don't even think she realizes it. And the last thing you want right there, just from standpoint, is your goalkeeper running 45 yards or 60 yards to get a bottle of water and now having to go back. Like if I were Scorpion, I'd go down and shoot right now.
So the ball will be dropped right below midfield. And Kunde will clear it away. Connecting with Luna.
I think everything's going right for Kunde tonight because I think she tried to put that in the corner flag and it actually ended up being a pass.
And no one said anything. So play on.
She's just like, I meant to pass that, I swear. And again, we talk about this as such a platform for players fresh out of college, out of Alabama, a great, D1 school that competes every year in the NCAA tournament. And this is somebody. She reminds me of Delaney Sheehan, who played at UCLA, who now is playing for. Where did Delaney just move to? Denver. She's the same type of player, and I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a look at some point by some pro teams at the next division.
So Joanna Espinal replaces Murillo, so that's it for the Honduran central defender. So the captain's done for today. And we're approaching the 90th minute here. Let's see how much time will be added here. Is it 5 minutes?
I think it's 6.
6, wow.
Yeah.
Here's Kova. Just came into the game. Intercepted by Kunde, who's doing everything right. As Saskia just said, here's Kunde. In between 3 players, she's going to hold it up. Right in the edge of the box. She has a player open. She keeps them going, doing the right thing.
Yeah, and see, that's gamesmanship, and that was what I was talking about earlier. You had Holly that got so excited and was like, I'm going to shoot this ball. That's gamesmanship, and that's how you close out a game, and that's professionalism right there. There's no reason to go to goal. They have numbers back, so take it to the corner and take time off the clock. You got 6 minutes. It's a lot of extra time.
And they give it to Kunde, who's going to safeguard it here.
Definitely my player of the match tonight.
100%.
I mean, I know that Holly scored the PK, but, goal scorers don't always get player of the match.
This one switched out to the left. Through ball for Oper. Recovered here by Miami. Here's Kova. Gets trapped into a corner. And she's able to come through. Kova now opening up play to her right. And one of the stars of this Miami Grove team, Sofia Carvajal, is ready to come into the match. The Colombian. Harsh tackle from behind, and it's going to cost Miami.
And the bigger thing about that, and it was a needed tackle because she was off to the races and definitely on a break towards goal, but it's going to take a lot of time off the clock with, and so I think this is the right tackle, even though Williams was coming over. It's a professional tackle.
So Joanna Espinal, who just came into the match, will get the booking, and Sofia Carvajal is ready to come in to the game. Carvajal, number 9, born in Bogota, Colombia. She's a co-founder of this Miami Grove team. She played pro in Colombia and Malta. And she told us a story about meeting Lionel Messi and that he actually asked her to sign his jersey.
Stop it. I love that.
That's what she said.
I absolutely love that. That's a great tidbit.
Yeah. Punched out there by Fernandez.
As that should be that way. I love it.
Regardless of the story, just I thought meeting Lionel Messi is just amazing.
Why not? Why shouldn't he ask to have autographs?
Well, let's see if Sophia can be the hero here.
I'm sure if he runs into, like, you know, Bonmati or somebody, he'll ask them for an autograph too. Michelle Akers, Mia Hamm. Sure, he would ask them. Alex Morgan, should I keep going?
Right. Well, I do have pictures with Saskia Weber, with Julie Fowley.
There you
2
go.
weeks ago.
And now, and you've got racking them up here.
I got Angela Hughley, Shannon McMillan. Should I keep them going? I mean, I got a few
You got
good
Paul
ones.
Caligiuri
That's
from
right.
today.
I got Orange County's own Jennifer Munoz, who played for Club America, the
There you
Mexico
go.
national team. So I met a few.
Yeah, you're racking it up.
That's right. Part of my collection. Let's see if the medals will be part of the collection of FC Scorpions, or if Miami Grove will be able to do something here in the last few minutes. We have about 2 left here in aggregate time as Kunde tries to get through. Bortolon steals it. Vieira. Leighton. Bortolon will try from long range, and that's no threat for the goalie Standifer. She's gonna kill some time here.
That's an interesting decision for me by Bortolone. That's 45 yards out, and Standifer's on her line. You're not going to score that. It's one thing if you're looking up, you're catching the goalkeeper out at maybe the 6 and between the 6 and the PK, but she was on her line, so I think that's a waste right there for Miami Grove.
And just to confirm, the last substitution made by Miami Grove, Sofia Carvajal replaced Alzate, who came in as a sub to replace Hernandez. Cardenas, cleared away by Gomez. Hooper. Rubidu. Nice nutmeg there by Vieira. She did it twice. Good opportunity here for Kova. This could be the one Miami has been waiting for. Bortolon. She couldn't push it through. Gomez. We have a minute left here for Miami Grove. Leighton. Gomez will try from long range. Wow, the goalkeeper comes out. Penalty kick in the last few seconds of the game.
I think that's going to be a free kick from that spot. I think that's not on the keeper. I think she's calling that on Cavallo.
Wow.
Oh, man, what a collision that was. Woo, I've been there. This ball gets served into such a dangerous spot. Keeper comes out. This is a 50-50 ball, so I'm not really seeing any sort of a penalty here. It's just a 50-50 ball. Both of them touch the ball at the same time. Yeah, there's no... It's anybody's ball in that situation. She didn't take Cavallo out after she had touched the ball or anything, so this will be interesting.
I mean, Manuel Arias, the coach of Miami Grove, just pacing back and forth, took his hat off.
I don't see this as a PK, but we're going to see. The other one wasn't a PK to me either.
Everyone's shocked in the Miami technical area. Players standing up, just sort of wondering what's going on here.
You know, and I have to give it up there, standing for her, because she's had a pretty much quiet day in a sense, and not much pressure, and to come off your line and just know. Do you see that's a save to me, that they hit the ball at the same time. This isn't a PK. That's not PK. But I think, was a PK given?
So no one really knows until Karen Collado confirms the call.
Back to my thought process on Stanford, like in the 96th minute, to be challenged finally and come off your line, knowing that you're going to get into a collision and everything, you know, that's gutsy goalkeeping right there. Now, I don't think it's a PK, but Miami seems to be standing at the PK line with the ball. Interesting.
So if you wanted some drama, you are going to get it here in the UPSL Women's National Championship game, because this will be the very last play of the match.
Sorry, it's not a PK. It's not a PK.
Well, as you said, neither was the first one.
Yeah, neither one's the first one. So I guess, you know, watch the timing hands to the ball. They both get to the ball at the same time. This is a smother, in a sense, by a goalkeeper. Where is the foul in this? Boom. That's just gutsy goalkeeping. That's gutsy goalkeeping to me. Too bad.
Well, so 2 questionable decisions on penalty kicks. And in the very last play of the match, Miami Grove, I don't know if deservedly or not, will get a chance to tie this up.
And how's this feel? Go if she comes out, you know, you've let's see, who do we have going in? Looks like she's gonna stay and take this PK, which, you know, yes, 2 controversial calls, but you know, it's 1 for 1 basically.
Yeah.
Because the other PK shouldn't have been one either.
So Standifer is ready to go. And let's see who's gonna take it here. It'll be Noemi Franco from Miami. She has national team experience with Guatemala. And if you look at the bench, and there's players not even looking, there's other players hugging each other, praying, perhaps.
This is interesting.
I mean, look at Corbisaro right there. She's not even looking.
Yeah.
She's trying to keep away from everything.
I'd say I didn't watch every PK that was taken in '99. I can honestly say in front of 90,000 people that I might have closed my eyes once or twice.
Wow, there's some players not even looking. This is just crazy. And it's not going to be Franco anymore. It will be Williams, who has defended pretty well.
Oh, wow. All right, the drama.
This could be it. Williams for the tie. For Miami Grove FC. And the miracle has happened. We're going to go to PKs here to decide the winner in the UPSL National Championship.
And Williams steps up. Here's the collision again. I think this is a 50-50 ball. It's the wrong call for a PK. PK was given nonetheless. Watch the save again. But here, and Standifer gets to the ball, but just gets no power behind it to make the save. She's there. You know, and had maybe still with the injury, just not being able to get enough behind that ball. Wow, what a turn.
Now the question is, will the referee add any more time?
As there should be time added.
And let's see what will happen. Now, all those plays on offense that Scorpions wasted, all those missed opportunities, as you said in the first half, you will come back and bite.
Yeah, you know, we said going in at halftime, Scorpion could have been up 2-0.
Now watch out for Kova. She's going against Holly. And this ball will slip away from Miami. And now all the eyes are on the referee. Now we have the sub-goalkeeper, Carly Theus, warming up.
And do you ask yourself, was this a mistake in a sense, not subbing her out? Because in my opinion, it seemed Carrie Theus warming up for Miami.
Right.
But in my opinion, she looks injured. Standifer does. So should you have maybe subbed her out for that PK? It's a tough call to put a cold goalkeeper in for a PK. I love PKs. I was like, put me in anytime if I wasn't playing.
Now for context, Theo's the sub-goalkeeper for Miami, was part of the World Cup team for Haiti back in 2023. So I'm wondering if the coach for Miami, Manuel Arias, will have a trick on her sleeve now.
Well, and the argument might not have to.
Here's Cardenas. We don't really know how far will we go into this match. We've added 12 minutes so far. As Vela finds Vieira. Arevalo. Vieira protects it well. She's cracking against her teammate after the push from Arevalo. So it seems like we'll have at least one more play. So Theus, the South goalkeeper, keeps her warming up.
And my guess is, you know, she's a PK specialist for them and will go in. Although I think Fernandez has had a good game, you know, but we'll see if it's the right decision. I like it. I'm like, all right.
Right, this one gets away from Kova. Good fight there from Holly. She's fought all throughout the game. She scored the only goal for FC Scorpion so far in a penalty kick. Miami Grove was asking for a foul there. Gomez. Carvajal.
There it is.
And that's it. So the miracle happened for Miami Grove FC as they get a late call, a controversial call, by the way, on a PK. They're able to tie the game up thanks to Williams, who defended very well throughout the game, and she got a prize at the end. So then again, we're going to go straight to PKs, and that will decide the winner of this national champion here in the United Premier Soccer League. He will define who gets the trophy, the medals, and the $15,000. Now, I'm sure as a goalie, you've been in many of these situations. What are some of the things that we have to look for?
I think that you come into this and as a goalkeeper, and we'll see if the substitute is made with Diaz, you force a player to shoot a perfect PK. Right? And so if you're an athletic goalkeeper, if you have good reaction, then just don't guess, react. You know, and I think that what you'll find is out of 5 shots, if you react, if your timing is right and you get a good jump and push, and you're going to come up with at least 1 save, maybe 2 or more. But if you start guessing and if you think, well, she went this way, I've seen her shoot that way, and then she goes the opposite way, and you're guessing and you're getting in your head, well, that you can take yourself out of the game with that. Just react. Force them to beat you with a perfect PK.
So Miami Grove FC fought from behind throughout the whole game. It was FC Scorpions' game to lose. And well, they couldn't wrap it up. They even had chances at the end to score a second one.
All right, who are our kickers gonna be? That's the other thing, right?
I mean, you played 4 games in 3 days. Cramping is constant when you get to these instances.
I think if you're going to ask me who has the advantage right now, I'm going to say Miami has the advantage. I'm going to say that number 1, Standifer still looks injured to me, so she doesn't look like she's 100%. We saw that she couldn't really do much with that PK that was scored at the end of the game, even though she was there. It hit off her hands and standing up and still went in the goal. So I think she's still maybe a little rattled, and I think athletically right now you have 2 very strong goalkeepers in Fernandez and in, you know, if they're gonna switch her out, in Diaz. So plus you just scored in the 96th minute. So, you know, mentally I think right now Miami has the edge.
And I think we can tell from our broadcast booth, the momentum in the Miami bench, it just looks very different. They're like huddled very tightly, and you look at Scorpions to our right, and they just look like dumbfounded. They look like...
Yeah, you have like Scorpion team is splintered. Some are still on the sideline. The ones that are, I guess, shooting are in a circle, but then Miami whole team was in a huddle and cheering and amped up and ready to go. And you can tell a lot by body language. So I just am wondering if Standifer is up to the task right now.
So now it's 7:16 local time. The sun sort of hiding from the goal to our left, which will be facing north. That could be a factor. I wonder if that's going to go to the south goal.
Yeah, it looks
just
like
to make sure there's no shade or.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to the south goal because there's no difference in light down there.
Do you have a ritual right before the penalty kick rounds and during?
I had so many rituals, it's not even funny. I'm not going to disclose them.
Okay.
I did. I had pre-game rituals, I had in-game rituals, I had halftime rituals, I had everything. And it just means, you know, it's not that you're superstitious, it means you're focused. You know, it means you get into a rhythm of this is what I have to do, because you look at baseball players that every time they step up to the plate, they do a certain thing. It just means you're focused. It dials you in. I mean, some people will call me superstitious. Maybe because I've carried some rituals into like regular life and I don't play anymore. So it's possible.
All right.
A little superstitious.
Let's go. So PK round here starting with FC Scorpions. They're going to go to the goal to our right, which is a south goal. So no shade, no excuses there as the sun is lightly hiding from the skies here of Irvine, California. So Nina Fernandez is getting ready to try to save that first shot.
This is where I'm going to stick to what I said. I think Miami's got the leg up here on the. I still think, do you sub Stanfield? But if she says she's okay and ready to go, then you have to believe in that you're starting goalkeeper and you go with it.
Sure. And for context, just yesterday, during the round robin, Miami Grove FC went to penalty kicks against Simply Football FC to define the last.
And so this is where you run into that argument, right? So obviously they scouted it. And so whoever's walking up right now for Miami Grove, do your coaches say she goes to the right? Right? She goes to the right, she goes right. Now, that's if they keep to their normal shots, then that's a positive. But if you're thinking that you know it and they go to opposite direction, that's why I said you can mess with your head. A lot going on penalty kicks. Just react and save the ball.
The first one of the round, the shot! And he flies over the crossbar. The attempt by Mahfoud was nowhere close to goal. And that's the tough part of being the lead-off kicker here. And to counter, we're going to have Williams, who executed perfectly on that miraculously scored PK for Miami Grove FC.
I think they need another ball. Yeah, the ball's like all the way.
Yeah, I don't even have the energy to go chase. To be honest. I don't think no one does after playing four games in 3 matches.
In this heat.
Some help, please.
And the photographers are going to go.
Yeah, and here comes a Voigt once again. A ball that will be played in the next Liga MX Women's Tournament.
Now, this is kind of this messes with your head if you're Williams. You know, now you're up there waiting for a ball, and your goalkeeper's coming over to give it to you, and now you've had time to think about this. Does that affect Williams and her shot right now? Now, does Williams stick to the same shot? And so this is the question. If you're Stanfield, I still say you just react, but if you're injured right now, maybe roll the dice and just go the same direction and stay up.
All righty, here's Williams.
Just react. Yeah.
And it's not even close.
And that is what I said. Williams had to sit there and wait, right? But now in Williams' head is, I still want to go to the same side, but she knows the side I go to. This is a mind game.
Okay.
Right? It is such a mind game at this level, and that's why I try to tell keepers just react, because they're in their head enough.
Now, as a keeper, do you ever go into a marathon where you also had to take a penalty kick?
Yes, I did. I won a game.
Nice.
I was playing pro in Japan. I was the 6th kicker, where we went, sudden death, 1-for-1. I scored, and then I got in and I saved the next shot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the second one for Scorpions, and it's saved by Fernandez. And what a celebration in the Miami bench. So missed there by number 2, Liberty Ortiz.
And that's exactly the what I was telling you about, forced you to make a perfect PK, right? So this is an easy save for Fernandez, because basically she waits, she sees where the ball's going, she reacts, she makes the save, and that's it. Instead of guessing, and if it's a perfect PK and you put it into the side netting and you blow it by me, then fine. But I'm not going to give it to you by going the opposite direction.
So this is the second one of the game for Miami Grove.
Yeah, nobody's made a PK.
Here's the shot. And once again, it flies away. Standiford did not have to do much there.
And again, is it the pressure of the moment? And listen, here's the thing. You're forcing, and she went the right direction actually. But here's your argument a little bit in the thing you said that Miami was full, talking about them being full of professionals, next professionals. Professionals should know how to step up in this moment and finish this and not let the pressure get to them.
And talking about superstitions, I keep on looking to Miami's bench, and Corby Cyrus did not look, and she's the only player that's looking the other way.
I know, but those are superstitions, and
here we go. The shot! She scores!
All right, so there's our first player.
Here we go. It was Jasmine Young with a shot. A powerful one down the middle. And that one kicks off the festivities here.
Yeah, and sometimes you go with power, and sometimes you say, listen, I'm just going to blow this, and your reaction isn't as fast as my shot is from that distance. And that's what Jasmine Young did. She said, let's get on the board here, and let's put the ball in the back of the net.
Okay, time for Ana Gomez Villa. She played quite a game, doing a lot of dirty work in midfield. The Spaniard who plays professionally in the USL Women's League. Here's a shot from Gomez, and she scores! Beautifully taken, deceiving the goalkeeper, and we're tied at 1.
And that's a nice PK by Gomez. Sends the keeper the wrong direction, just calmly tucks it inside nothing. It's a really nice PK.
So after 3 rounds, we're tied at 1. JD Holy, who scored the only goal for FC Scorpions, will be stepping up here from the spot. Played quite a game, defending on the right wing. Scored a PK herself. She steps up, the shot! And he flies over the crossbar again. Miami will have a chance to jump ahead here with her 4th PK of this round. And once again, Miami looking to get ahead. It will be Noemi Franco from the Guatemalan national team.
You know, and you have to go back and look at it, and if you are Scorpions and you don't get out of this, the quality of the PKs are what sunk you, and you had the opportunities, but you didn't bury it. And same on Miami's side. You know, the fact it's 1-1 on PKs.
Here's Franco, and she scores! To the right of Standiford, who did not even move. Did not even take a step.
Yeah, it sensed infield the wrong way, and this is just in the upper 90. Even if she had gone the right way, this is a really nice PK. Good pace, good placement.
And this could be over here.
Yeah, this is a must goal for Scorpions.
And all the responsibility in the feet of Olga Luna, who came in as the second half sub. It's time for the man games with Fernandez opening all her arms, moving left to right. Luna! She scores!
In such dramatic fashion! Oh my goodness! She strikes this ball. I thought it was going over. Hits the crossbar and just takes that downward trajectory over the line.
And now it's time for one of the most accomplished players of Miami Grove FC, Gabriela Bortolon from Brazil.
And this can be one right here if Bortolon scores this. Right? Yes.
That's it.
I'm keeping my X's and O's here.
Wow. Gabriela Bortolon, who came into the second half to add some depth to the attack for Miami Grove. Sora Standifer, standing a few feet away, looking to make that save.
Coming with a straight on run. We'll see if she changes her direction as she runs up to the ball.
Here's Gabriela Bortolon, taking her time.
And there you go.
She's in no rush. She's going for the win! And she scores! That's a United Premier Soccer League champions. Congratulations once again, Miami Grove FC.
And so calm with that winning. She just stepped up and passed it into the corner of the net. What a final.
Just everything you can expect as a fan. It's just an incredible finish as Miami Grove gets a win. And now time for the celebration. Miami Grove wins the second edition of the UPSL Finals. Last year in Kansas City, this time around here in Southern California, Irvine to be exact.
You know, and I thought you brought up a good point with the PK, and I know that Miami Grove can be Scorpions could be disappointed right now with that late PK that I don't think was a PK. I think it was a 50-50, and I think it was a gutsy save by the goalkeeper. But on the flip end of that, the PK that Holly scored to put them ahead wasn't a PK either. So it's kind of like tit for tat on that. I think you come down to the PKs. It wasn't the best round of PKs for either team, but you know, in the end, Miami Grove pulled it out.
So at the end, a controversial game for referee Karen Collado, but as you said, we were even Steven.
Even Steven, yeah. It kind of wipes the slate.
Sure.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
And one thing that was very important, and you did mention this a couple of times during the broadcast, this was FC Scorpions game tonight.
Yes.
Even, regardless of the penalty kicks, they had to win tonight.
Yeah, I think we go back, and you're going to we brought it up again. You know, with that sitter, the ball that came across the bar. Now, do I know if Fernandez would have saved that? I don't think she would have, but, you know, you missed the sitter there. You know, you missed the one you missed 2 off the crossbar, 3 off the crossbar, I think, or near the crossbar. And then, of course, you had the one really good save when Fernandez came out and saved it, and it ended up being a handball. You had opportunities, and you think you had more quality opportunities, to be honest, than Miami Grove did. So, but that's guess what? That's soccer. That's the beautiful game.
You know, looking at the stands too.
And here's the first PK, and we're going to see, you know, all ball there to me. Watch the touch on the ball. That's all ball. That's just me. It's a PK, and Holly puts this away. It's a good PK. She stones Fernandez, doesn't go anywhere. And then at the end of the game, this is another 50-50. This is a 50-50 ball that's going to come in on the service. And right here, 50-50, goalkeeper gets it first. You know, I think the argument here is that the field player's allowed to go for this ball, the goalkeeper should be allowed to go for this ball too, and they both get to it first. She had an opportunity to save that PK. I think she was still a little rattled from that hit, didn't get any energy or strength behind that, and it tipped over, and then here's the winning goal, and this just gets passed into the net. And it's not a very good PK. It just, she sends the opposite direction, and that's what I was telling you. Don't guess. Don't guess, because she doesn't guess there, she makes that save. It had no pace on it, and it was just a pass, you know? So.
That's the magic of the penalty kicks, the chess game of the penalty kicks.
Yeah, and you know, we could just replay the whole thing and it could be a totally different score.
Sure thing.
I think so.
Our analyst, Saskia Weber, has been there. She's done that.
Yeah, I've been there.
So quite a successful event here for the United Premier Soccer League, the second national championship weekend. And this time in a beautiful site here in Irvine, California, in the heart of Orange County. And let's talk about how Miami Grove will, fly back. Happy ride. I mean, it's not easy. They're going cross country, a 5-hour flight all the way to.
It's actually 4.5.
4.5
from this direction. I fly that flight every weekend on purpose for work.
Right. Do you do Fort Lauderdale or
I
Miami?
do Fort Lauderdale, direct, JetBlue.
Okay. All right.
That's my flight. Yeah.
So 4.5 hours. And then the disappointment for FC Scorpions, they're local. They're going to go back to Linwood, I guess, take the 5 freeway back. That's going to be, I guess, a quiet ride, a sad ride. FC Scorpions, they probably know they had the game, and unfortunately they lose it.
Yeah, they did. And that's one of the hard things. I'm not saying it's easier to lose if you know you've been outplayed and outclassed, in a sense. It's harder to lose when it was your game. It was your game to win. And yeah, it's going to be a quiet ride.
So there's the celebration by Miami Grove FC. And we're going to have an interview in just a moment. Alexis is getting ready. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be our player of the match? Because there's a few that we can mention. Gomez played a pretty good game. Obviously, the score of the last penalty kick, Bertolon was the hero.
Hello, everybody.
Alrighty, we're here with the Championes, Miami Grove. Manu, tell me about that win and what it felt like.
Oh man, I don't know.
See, that's why I wasn't down there.
That was just crazy.
Well, that's what it feels like. I have to give it to FC Scorpions. I truly believe they played better than us. They played a better game. The first half was very difficult. We saw ourselves really behind. Not going to go into referee decisions. I thought it wasn't a penalty, but she's nearby. I think it was fair for us to tie the game. I think we tried everything. I think we put 5 forwards at the end of the game, and then penalties. It's something else, We got to the final in penalties. We won the final in penalties.
There you go, with tournament drama.
Oh my God, yeah. I need to go to the doctor now.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you, Lexi.
Safe travels home.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Alrighty, we're out. Congratulations to Miami Grove, and see you next year at 2027.
Thank you, Alexis. That was Manuel Arias. I guess still nervous, still shocked about what happened, but it's time to celebrate now. I think everyone's going crazy on the Miami side.
Yeah, and it makes for a great flight home, as we were talking. It was a hard-fought weekend for Miami, and, obviously going through PKs to get here. Then the last-minute ditch effort, you throw the ball in, you get a PK in the 96th minute, and then you win in PKs. It's just a PK weekend, but it's a good, and you hold your head up high, 100%.
Yeah, and it's part of the game, obviously. You know what's at stake. You know that at some point, you have that opportunity. They took their chances wisely. Here is Paul Caligiuri talking to the players here. So the MVP goes to Liberty Ortiz of FC Scorpions.
Introduce Jan Schwartz. He's the founder of UPSL, and he has a lot to show you. He's from the inside to the inside, and a visionary moving forward. Jan Schwartz.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing national women's final. Let's give a big hand to both teams again for an amazing battle. Miami and our local Scorpions here out of LA. Tough fight, but we always got a winner, and let's present now the Scorpions runner-up trophy.
So here are the Scorpions from Linwood, California, not too far from Irvine. So the local team brought a lot of fans to the stands. I saw them leaving disappointed. But then again, good effort and a chance to bounce back next year.
Yeah, absolutely. You learn from your mistakes, and like we said, soccer's a fun, infuriating, crazy game. It's why we love it. It's why we play it. It's why we watch it. And we just saw it unfold here tonight. All the highs and lows and emotions you can have in one game, you just saw it.
It was just incredible. FC Scorpions dominating the whole game. They get a late call against them in the very last play of the match, 96th minute. Miami scores, they tie it up, and then at the end, they end up with plenty of drama, winning it in the PK round. So that's a trophy presentation for the second place FC Scorpions. And I love the international flags, and you're going to see them at some point once we get to another shot. Colombia, Argentina, Spain, Brazil. So diverse representation from the Miami Grove side. But in the meantime, plenty of props, lots of credit to this FC Scorpion side. They're going to take a trophy to Linwood. And now it's time for the winners. What a match.
Okay, now let's have a big hand for our UPSL 2026 Women's National Champion.
They were in the group of death. They barely got past Simply Football FC. 7 points for them in the round robin. They got here, and with drama, they were able to fight an uphill battle. They won it at the end. And here are the flags. There goes Theas, the goalie, with a Haiti flag. There's Blaya with the Spanish flag. The Colombian flag there, Oliveira with the Brazilian flag.
You know, you just have to love it, and love it about playing pro soccer, playing in leagues, and just like all the different cultures coming together to win a championship. It's awesome.
So we're just in the beginning of the celebration. Players getting their medals. There's that big trophy being held behind them by Paul Caligiuri. Imagine just having a legend handing you that trophy there.
I don't even know how much of a legend they realize right now. I think it's awesome, and I love that Paul's involved. And you know, it's just generations, and you want to make sure that the past is always honored, and you know, a part of the present, and you know where your lineage came from. You know who helped build soccer in America.
There's Nina Fernandez, the goalie, as well. Played a huge part in this game. Had vital saves. Right.
Yeah, that save in that first half off that ball that, you know, it ended up going back into the net off the rebound, but it ended up being a handball. That was a huge save to kind of establish herself in this game.
So time for that championship picture. Everyone's ready. They have their phones. They're taking selfies. It's time to celebrate here for the 2026 United Premier League Women's National Champions.
Introducing the 2026 UPSL Women's Soccer National Champion, Miami FC.
Alrighty, so Miami did it at the end. And they're also winners of the grand prize, $15,000 to help their program. Very well deserved from this side. And a cool trophy.
It's a great trophy. I like it.
Once again, the United National League and the FKA Partners, thank you for your attendance. The 2026 UPSL Women's Soccer National Championship. Congratulations once again to the 2026 National Champion, Angel FC. Angel FC's Scorpions are last championship season. The UPSL, the match officials, the Great Park Pit, the practice stadium, the city of Arizona, all volunteers are sponsored and all of you. Please join us this afternoon here at 2026 UPSL Women's Soccer National Championship. Please share the Godfather ones as you exit the partners season. Please be sure to take to drive home safely. Congratulations to UPSL and Women's Soccer. Congratulations to your 2026 champion, Miami Pro FC.
So we're just about to wrap up, but what a beautiful picture here of the UPSL champions in the women's category. The Miami Grove FC. Alexis is ready with one of the winners of Miami Grove FC. So we'll just hear from the winners before wrapping up here. The celebration still going on with that trophy. Everyone wants a picture. I mean, Saskia knows about winning trophies here in Southern California. Big stage trophies.
Yeah, it's, you know, you remember it forever, no matter what level it's on or anything. And it's not just the trophy itself, it's the journey with your teammates and all the ups and downs that you go through that the entire season to get to this point and to win the trophy. That's what it's about, and that's what you see the euphoria come in for. It's like, oh, we did it. All the ups and downs were worth it.
Now going back to that legendary 1999 U.S. Women's National Team.
Yeah, it was worth it.
100%. Okay, Alexis is ready downstairs.
Hi, I'm here with Gabby, who scored our goal-winning penalty. Tell me about what that felt like. You looked cool, calm, and collected walking up, so go ahead and...
I don't have words now for describe this moment, so say thank you for the staff, thank you for the girls, the Audi for that she the championship. So I played the Audi championship for reserve team. So I want to say thank you for the reserve team, for the coach Genesis, for all the girls that did for being here today. So I'm here today for all the staff, all the effort that we did. So we deserve this. do the penalty, so I appreciate it for all my family in Brazil, all my friends, the family that buy a raffle, whatever the events, what she did, we did for be here today. So I say thank you, I appreciate it, thanking God. That's it. I'm very grateful.
Congratulations, you did amazing, and go on and celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Of course, safe travels home. There we have it. It was comfortable.
Thank you, Alexis. Gabby Bertolon scoring the game winner in penalty kicks. What a dramatic way to end this. And Miami Grove FC will bring a cup home. We'll have one more interview before wrapping up. Just trying to get the grasp of this celebration here on the pitch. Just the euphoria happening down the pitch. Nick Webster is standing right by Lexus. So we'll be down on the pitch in a moment, but then again, here's a celebration by the UPSL national champions, the Miami Grove FC. A dramatic way to end the game here in Irvine, California.
Yeah, but the red has to be on the top. We're right on top.
That will be a happy 4.5 hours plane ride going back to Miami.
I know.
So then again, our second edition of the Women's National Championship here in the UPSL. Last year it was Kansas City. This time around, Irvine, California. And Miami is lifting the trophy this time around. So our doubleheader here in Irvine started today around 2 p.m. local time with Simply Football FC defeating Sacramento United. So we're in the third spot in the competition. And then starting at 5 p.m. local time here in California, the winners of this final, the Miami Grove FC, getting past the second spot, Linwood FC Scorpions from Linwood, in penalty kicks. So right before wrapping up, Saskia, your final thoughts about being here in Irvine for this doubleheader?
Oh, I think it's been a great tournament and just a great exhibition of talented soccer players that, you know, have such bright futures ahead of themselves, and to be able to showcase on this sort of a stage and platform and come out champions, and even to all the ones that participated that didn't end up winning the trophy. Just what a great weekend and a great tournament all around, and league in itself.
And one of the things that what we discussed throughout the broadcast is that bridge, that gap that exists between the collegiate and the professional level. Well, it's part of the role of the UPSL trying to grow the game and also help bridge that gap.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to identify players that we see and know will go pro probably has been incredible.
Okay, let's go down to Alexis and Nick Webster.
I'm here with Nick Webster, the Executive Vice President of the UPSL, and the tournament that you've been able to be a part of for the women's national. Thoughts leading up Friday, Saturday, and now the finals match.
Well, I mean, I got to say, Great Park has been the most incredible host. The condition of the fields, the service that we were given throughout was just absolutely outstanding. 8 teams coming from around the country, and the level of soccer was, I mean, it was a thrill. It made my heart grow, and the the attitude and friendliness and the camaraderie of these players and these teams was just absolutely thrilling. And the group stages were everything you'd want it to be. The Scorpions were certainly the class of Group B, and then Miami Grove. Wow, this team, they just don't know when they are beaten. And when we think about the third place match, you know, Simply Football, wonderful team and fully deserved winners. But this final had absolutely everything. Great chances, great saves, and just the enthusiasm and endeavor and passion of these players was something else. And you know, you thought FC Scorpions, they got the penalty, that was it, they were going to win it. But like I said, Miami Grove, they just don't know when to quit. They kept going and going, and
Okay, so time to sign off here for Irvine. Thank you to our great production team here. Thank you to Nick. Thanks to Alexis and also Lindsay Amstead for making this happen. It's been a pleasure to be here with FIFA World Cup winner Saskia Weber. First and hopefully not the last.
Oh, absolutely.
And
A pleasure
can't
to
wait
be
for the
here
next
with
one.
all of you. Absolutely. Can't wait for the next one. It's been a great experience. What a great team to work with, and looking forward to next year.
Sounds great. Where will we go? That's a big question. Also, thanks to Paul Caligiuri and the great UPSL team for making this happen. So from Saskia Weber, yours truly, Francisco X. Rivera, here from the booth, we say thank you. We are going to sign off from Championship Stadium here in Irvine. It's been a great journey so far. The Miami Grove FC have won the 2026 Women's UPSL National Championship. Until next year.